Welcome back to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today, we are back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2, which is Tyria, by the way. Did you know that? Hello there. We are back. Yes, we are. We have got a few things to get done today. One of the things is Mad King says, but looks like I missed that. Looks like that happened about 15 minutes ago. So, muck me, I'll have to check back on that in a few hours. Currently, my objectives for today, I want to try out either the DPS quick kata or the heal quick kata after the changes that they recently made to it. I dabbled in it a little last week. I want to put more time into it, try it out, maybe do like a review video of it. And then also want to work on the next Blish HUD guide. Going to pick out another module and start learning everything I can about it and make another Blish HUD guide video for that, which has been one of my long-term projects, is to get a guide for all the most used Blish HUDs to help them out. Well, it helps me out too, honestly, let's be real, but to help out the Blish HUD team at the same time. But did you see the female char emote bug where they throw up? I guess they hugged someone from Comic-Con. No, I have not seen that. I have not seen that. Hi, Makai chat. Hi, Peppers. Morning, Makai, Sathra, Nuke, I see you dancing. Camille said, hi, Mug, to you, it's morning to me. I'm ending my job. You're ending your job? Oh my god, ending your job. Sounds like you're about to quit. Don't quit on my account. Q heal, Q heal, Q heal. I might, Rujani. I might. Greetings, everyone. Hi, Corwin. New Kata. Yeah, they... so when... now, I'm not an Ellie main by any means, but when I tried Kata during the time period where I did the I Tried Every Healer series, I mainly remember that Kata felt awful to play. It was functional, but it felt the worst to play. It was absolutely terrible to play. Like, I couldn't even get it to work, like on like target dummies and stuff. Like, the whole system behind it, it felt like it was designed by multiple different developers who didn't talk to each other. It was really...
2 years watching the best streamer Chip and his boy Mukluk.
It didn't synergize well at all. For those who don't play Kata, it's like you put down a sphere, which is like a circle, and then you have to use moves in the sphere to like, give boons and empower them. But while the sphere is out, you can't charge another sphere. So you need to have the sphere out and then wait for it to like expire and then use a bunch of moves to recharge the next sphere. So despite the fact that, it's good, you're incentivized to use moves while the sphere is out, you're also punished for using moves while the sphere is out. Anyway, that whole behavior got changed recently. If you take the traits to provide quickness and stuff to other people, the traits most commonly taken for that, now you can recharge the sphere while you already have a sphere out, which is much better. It actually feels decent to play now. Oh, someone did Halloween decorations in my guild hall, or one of my guild halls. That's pretty rad. Nice. 'Tis the season. Rytola, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. That is a huge help paying the bills. Appreciate that. Chat, have you heard about Twitch Prime? Rytola's heard about Twitch Prime. Muck, have you found the farting box in the LA Aerodrome by the bike? No, I've not found a farting box. Hey, Muck, have a great day so far. I am doing okay, Tyler. I am doing okay. Thank you for asking. Not quitting, just finishing the workday. The final workday? No, I get it. I get it, Kel. The Blish HUD videos are pretty helpful. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. The goal is that they just sit there for years, and then anytime someone has a question for the Blish HUD team that can be answered by the video, they can just link the video. And it gets me views, and it saves them a workload. That's like the ultimate collab. We're both helped by this. But they've got like 70 modules. Now, all the modules don't need a guide. There's literally a module called Under the Sea that just plays Under the Sea anytime you go underwater. No one needs a guide for that. Y'all don't need a video on that. But, the ones that are actually, like, they take steps to set up.
The Femcar bug is /hiss, and for some reason the audio is replaced with them going harrow you with a furball.
Harrow you. Harrow you. Peppers, thank you for the detailed description with your subtext to speech. Harrow you. I need a guide for that. You need a guide for that? Oh, God. Just doing the daily routine, getting that easy money. Chat, we got, speaking of, yeah, I say many times, I say very often, that I use the money I get from the daily routine stuff in order to fund all the weekly giveaways. And boy howdy, we have a big one tonight. We had a donation of a legendary weapon to the giveaway vault last week. So tonight's stream, when I do the Guild Wars Tuesday weekly giveaway, tonight's stream, the grand prize, be freaking legendary. It's gonna be freaking legendary. Like almost 2,000 gold value. It's pretty hot. So you can bet that's gonna be in the stream title this evening. Simply Dreaming says you can compile it, make an unusual Blishud modules. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. I could do that, yeah. Because whenever I do the videos, like I'd say the first like 45 seconds of the video is the intro, and then like me explaining how to download Blishud itself. Then it starts actually becoming different based on the module. So if the module section only takes 10 seconds, like yeah, you plays this on, then it'd be kind of silly to have like a whole video on that. My question is which one? I have to go back to the guild vault and check. I think it was Gen 3 Greatsword or Staff. I think it was one of those. Let's see. Go here. See, matter converter. Alright. And where's Arborstone? Let's go there. Oh god, I'll not be sleeping tonight. Yeah. To be fair, Under the Sea Blishud guide, that's like 13 seconds long and ends with now you know how to become a Disney princess. You're welcome. Sounds like peak content. I'm going to visit a place of refuge.
What brings you here?
This is a place of refuge, not a
Alright.
den of iniquity.
Give me that ASS.
I'm glad Fury isn't alive to
Antique
see
summoning stones.
drag our good reputation straight through the guano.
Alright. That's done. Now just the parked alts. And then cat stuff. Gen 3 Bacon. Gen 3 Bacon is only on the Twitch emotes right now and the Discord emotes. We do not have any in-game Gen 3 Bacon. Good morning, Mug and Blue. Hope you're well. Hello, Delta. Good morning. I watched the one on the pathing module, and I'd like some more insights on the markers pack in there. There's so many. Yeah, the thing is, anyone can make a markers pack and have it be work in Blishud, right? So it's like Blishud can run the pathing module, and the pathing module can run any markers packs that people make. So rather than trying to make a guide for every possible markers pack, and then in like a few months someone makes another one, and then that guide goes out of date, I essentially used the most downloaded marker pack, which at the time we made that video, it was a Tekkit pack. I used that one as an example to show how to set it up, so that you could use that to set any of them up, hopefully. But I always end every video with, if you have any questions, the Blishud Discord people are super nice and ready to answer questions, and just pop over there and ask them, and they're happy to help out, for sure. Sam says, I've had a rough week. I would love to eat any Gen Bacon. Any Gen Bacon.
Every Tuesday, Muck is keeping the EU community hostage till 4 or 5 a.m. with his giveaways. Hope you are proud of yourself.
Oh, man. Sorry. I mean, like, even if I do them right now, then people, like, the American people would yell at me that I'm doing them too early, because it's, like, on the west coast of NA right now, it's 7 a.m. Or we'll have, like, Australians yelling at me or something. Hello, oh, Rooksy! How are you, Mr. Artist? Hope you're doing good. Chris says, is there a Mukluk guild I could join? Could use a more active guild for events and the like. Yeah, I'll link it. So, our guild is kind of just like a huge melting pot of people. It is a lot of folks, mostly, that are new to the game, and they...
reward?
Hang on.
My salvation is my reward.
There's a lot of folks that are new to the game, and they want to join a guild just to basically mooch the benefits and ask, new player questions. So I'm like, yeah, sure, go for it. So there's, my guild isn't like, one that is doing any specific thing. Like, it's not a PvP guild or a raid guild. It's just kind of a whatever guild. You're welcome to put your name on the list to join. There's a link in the chat that I just put in on the YouTube chat, because that's where you are. And that's it. Yeah, just I want to set your expectations. Hello from Belgium. Hello from the colonies, 4NG. Welcome back. Famps, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate that. The Primes really help. Thank you, thank you. Speaking of Australians, do you have stats on what percentage of your viewers are from every continent? Only if they're logged in. So, if I... Let me see if I can find that. Give me a minute, give me a minute, give me a minute. Does it show region? Okay, so, for example... let's see. Alright, so this was my stream last night. And last night, it says, like, United States was 48% of my views. And then Canada, Brazil, Germany, Australia, United Kingdom, Mexico, Philippines, France, India. And then, you know, I could hit show more. So only if they're logged in on Twitch and they've set up an account that displays that information publicly, can I see that. But there's plenty of people that are watching that are, you know, they don't have a Twitch account. You know, shout out to the lurkers. You know who you are. There's plenty of people that are watching and they're, you know, they don't have a Twitch sign-in. They just, you know, like to tune in. So them, I don't get any stats on that. Did you just say from the colony? I did, yeah. That's what the Europeans call us. I'm just used to it now. And that's, and over here. Hello from Italy. Hello! I love pizza. Alright. My guess is my country's like 0.1%. I feel so special. You are special. You are unique and one of a kind. Just like everybody else. Let's see. I'm 3% of Australia right there. There you go, Mohammed. 2% is probably just me, just you. Yeah, YouTube, I have a similar thing. Because you can watch, as long as it's not like an age-restricted channel, you can watch a YouTube channel without making a YouTube account. And it's similar. If you make a YouTube account, there's a thing to like, you know, say what country you're in. If you have a country selected and you have that set as public and you're watching a stream, then it'll give me those numbers at the end. But they're not entirely accurate because, like, let's say, I don't know, I'm gonna make up a number. Let's say 60% of the people watching me actually have that thing filled out and they have it set to public. Then I have no idea what the other 40% are. So I can be like, oh, 50% of my audience is from America. Well, no, 50% of the 60% who have accounts set to publicly display their information are in America. So it'll vary, you know, beyond that. We need colonial mukluk emote. Colonial mukluk? I don't know. I don't know that the word colonial has a lot of good bias. I maybe should not do that one. I should have another emote on the way. I don't know. I might need to poke the emote artist and check on that because I haven't heard anything on that in a few weeks.
You must prove your strength to Nox by
grab this treasure chest and beesh, and then teleport back. Okay. Boop. Our Eternal Ice shards are overflowing. I need to go turn this on. Hi from Greece. Hello! Hello, Greece. Ruxy says, dying, a tad stressed and excited. I got to stand at a Wizard event this Sunday, so I kept working on it the past month. A stand at a Wizard event? Is that like if you have like a booth at a convention, Ruxy? Are you like showing off your art or something? Or am I misunderstanding? No one, I've never heard of a stand at a Wizard event, so I'm like trying to piece that together contextually. Founding Father Mukluk. Oh my god, does it look like Thomas Jefferson? Sorry, I didn't know the word in English. Gotcha. That's really cool. That's awesome. Respect. That's basically putting yourself out there. That's basically putting yourself out there. I feel inclined to give you a bit of advice, you know? Anytime that you, because that's going to be very similar to like if you make like a brand new YouTube channel and like people are seeing your stuff for the first time. Like you're going to have a bunch of people that don't know you or don't know anything about you and they might not even share the same interests seeing your stuff. And some will love it, some will like it, some will not care, and some will just be like, I don't want that, I don't want this, and then they'll just walk away. You know, if you put yourself and what you've created in front of like 1,000 people, some are not gonna like it. And that's okay. That is okay. Everybody likes different things. So definitely, you know, try to, you know, some people, some creators, some new creators don't take that first day very well. Definitely try to, you know, you know, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Like, just mentally try to put yourself in a spot where you can tell yourself it's okay if some people don't like this stuff at my booth, except for cats. Yeah, if it's just pictures of cats, then everybody's gonna love it. Yeah, that's completely standard. Yes. The legendary spear is the only one in the guild thing. Was that what it was? Hold on. I can go check. Who gave you permission to look at my guild bank, Corwin? So much as Suratunes? Yep. They're their own soccer team. Eternal Ice Shard Farm is so good. I've been loving getting those maps for Envision. Hell yeah. I made the video for that like over a year ago. I still do it to this day. It's useful. Except for Muck's like 100% like rate. Oh, hell no. No. Like, that's not even. That's not even. You know, YouTube hides likes and dislikes, but I can still see them. Hold on a second. I'm opening a random video. Okay, pause. Hey, gamers, Mukluk here. Where does it show? Where does it show it? Hold on a second. I'm looking for where it shows it after they hid the thing. Okay. All right. So right here, here's like my recent videos, and this far right column is likes versus dislikes. So like this one, 772 people like it, 3 hate it. This one, 3 hate it. This one, 2 hate it. 7 hate it. 6 hate it. Now I'm doing okay. You know, you typically, oh, this one here, 6 hate it. This one, 5 hate it. So typically I've got like around 99% like to ratio, but no, there is never a case of everybody likes it. There's always someone that for some reason tunes into my videos and then like hates it, and then they're like, I'll see you next time. And then they come to the next video. I don't know why, but there are people that just keep like hate watching. Like on that new Velma show. Let's see. Oh yeah, there is a Leggy Spear in here. Maybe I'm thinking of that one. Okay, we have a legendary Gen 1 Spear. Yeah, I must have misremembered. I think what happened is the person was like, hey, I want to make a legendary for one of your giveaways. What would people be most happy about? And I think I responded Staff, Greatsword, or Spear. And then I think they sent me the Gen 1 Spear and I just misremembered. I hate this dude, let me watch all of his videos. I mean, there are people like that. Like, I don't really like drama, but there are people that watch just because they want drama, or they'll hate watch or something like that. Oh, wow, this guy. Dude, Obelix? Oh, wow. That's fantastic. That, dude, if you know, you know, chat. That's fantastic. And he's gone. Does YouTube do anything if you get a lot of dislikes on a video? Yeah, it's really funny. It suggests it to more people. A lot of people think if they go to a video of someone they don't like and they hit the dislike button, they're like somehow hurting the creator, right? But that's not true. If they either hit like or dislike, or they leave a comment, or God help you, what if they do 2 of those? What if they hit dislike and they post that they hate you? YouTube goes, wow, they engaged with this video twice. This is hot. And they recommend it to more people. YouTube doesn't care if they did a like watch or a hate watch. YouTube just cares that you did a watch. So if you get a lot of likes or dislikes, YouTube recommends it out to others more. That's how it is. All interactions are plus? Correct. Yep. Yep, any interactions are a boon to the video. Yeah, hey, you hated this, or hey, your friend hated this, maybe you'll hate it too, yep. Yeah, the biggest way, like, if for some reason you wanted to hurt some YouTube creators, like, channel, the biggest thing that you can do is just not watch the videos. That's it. If you're watching the videos, you're helping. Now honestly, if there's a channel that's already established, like, you not watching a video is not necessarily going to do anything, but that is the truth. All right, let's get 38 stacks of Mistborn modes. There we go. That takes care of my Eternal Ice Shard issue. And consume these. All right, so now the Ice Shards on my other characters will
hey, time to renew my pledge to the cult.
The
Keep
cult.
on keeping on, Magic Beard Man.
Synth, thank you for the tier 1 sub, dude. Appreciate that. Welcome. Dude, 31 months you've been here. Thank you so much. Isn't it sub and then not watch? Maybe. I hadn't considered that, but you might be correct. So the general idea is if you put out a video and it pops up on the feed for all of your subscribers and they don't click it, then YouTube's like, wow, even Mukluk subs didn't like this video. No one else is gonna like it. And then it doesn't recommend it much. So that is a thing. But do you really want your own subscriber feed full of people you hate so that you just don't click their stuff? Like, that's a very toxic way to live your life. Surround yourself with the people that you hate, so that you could try to spite them by costing them one view. I can't recommend that. I cannot recommend that. Let's see. Quality of life honestly cash that make your grind easier, just skins. Jersey blue. You mean my goal of hurting your channel when your presence on videos isn't working as intended? No, Bahamut. Also, loved your dragon form in FF16. I guess Muck is interacting more with Twitch. I'm interacting with both. What are you talking about? Or just the rest of us. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's see. Keep your friends closer, enemies closer. Funny enough, back when I played EverQuest, there was a period of time where there were people that I was trying to avoid, and the community was, you know, rather small, you know, like, there would be zones that were like, there were not instanced versions of zones, right? Like, if you went to the Octovine, and Billy was at the Octovine, you could see Billy. There wasn't different copies of the Octovine going at the same time, for example. And so I would actually, like, people I wanted to avoid because drama, I had them on my friend list so that I could constantly see where they were located and then just avoid those spots. So I've done that. I've actually done that. But that was a different time. Because basically your friends list, when you opened it, it showed their locations. So you could easily just kind of use it as, like, a way of keeping tabs on people. Mug playing Kata must be here for this. Yeah. Did you play the trombone in band camp? I actually played the flute, but I didn't go to any band camp. In middle school, my parents read an article that, like, kids that were in music did better, and so they signed me up for band in middle school. So, like, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And I didn't want to do it, but my parents said, you're doing this. And at that time in my life, people were constantly like, oh, you look just like your father. Oh, you're just like your father. And, you know, I was a surly teenager, and I was like, you know, I don't want to be just like my father. I want to be my own person. And so basically what I did is I looked at the list of instruments that, like, bands would teach, and freaking my dad could play all of them except the flute. So I picked the flute to try to be less like my father in 5th grade. And honestly, it wasn't bad.
Your father
I was surrounded by
looks beautiful,
chicks.
apparently.
All right, like I was in there, and dude, there was like me, one other guy, and like 15 girls. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Now I got teased and bullied for it. I did. I if I could undo it, I would. But the actual experience of being there wasn't bad. But yeah, no, I didn't do any marching band or anything like that. It was just like, you know, in school. That's all. Waiting for Mama Muck to come busting in after that one.
Chat, if you feel left out that the awesome Mukluk is interacting with only YouTube or Twitch chat, I got an easy solution. Watch him on both platforms. Mukluk eats.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Like, right now it looks like I've got 300 viewers on Twitch and 100 on YouTube. It's 100 of the YouTube viewers are just the same 100 people from Twitch. And you know, the other 200 is the embed on my website. That's it. That's it. It's just 100 people and a bunch of robots. Beep boop. That's it. All of you. Oh, I still need to get a Mukluk beep boop emote. Like a little robot dude. That reminds me of a couple things. Already make the video. Okay, it's just shooting a question to a couple of people while I'm thinking about it. Where's the close? Let's see. Alright, there we go. I sent a few messages. Okay, and then you ended up with Flute Girl as your mod. Oh, Flute's great in small doses. She's wonderful some of the time. Waiting for Mama Muck to come busting in after that one. Mama Muck, like my mom? Oh man. Dude, I'd love to see my mom. I try to stay in touch with my family. My mom legit, like, will not pick up the phone. She will not pick up the phone. And she basically, like, she's moved to a place that I've never seen. And for years, I didn't even have the address for it. And then I was constantly like, hey, Mom, can we, meet up for dinner? My treat. I can drive over there to your place. I can pick you up. She's like, no, I don't want you to see my place. It's a mess. It's a mess. Dude, I don't want you over here. And I'm like, okay, do you want to, like, meet us outside? Like, I was constantly trying to make it to where be as easy on her as possible. But I don't know if it's just, like, age or what. But, like, personality-wise, it definitely seems like she's changed in the last few years. And I see her, like, once or twice a year. Not for lack of effort on my part, but she's just like, she's become very much like a recluse almost. It's very weird. Flute is who you want reading your bomb disarm manual. Flute is definitely, like, I think after Flute loses like 100 bomb technicians, she'll be the best at saving that 101st bomb technician. Write this down for the wiki, fresh muck lore. No, I mean, it's kind of a sad topic, so I want this to be like a happy place, you know? But it's kind of a sad topic, so I try not to like focus on it too much. But like the honest truth of it is like when I was in my 20s, there was a period of like, let's say like 8 years. There was like, you know the movie A Series of Unfortunate Events? It was like that. Like, someone in my extended family passed away every year for, like, 8 years, and every single situation was, like, completely unrelated to the next one, you know? Like, one from cancer, one from an accident, one from a heart attack, one from allergies, one was murder. And so it was just, like, boom, boom, boom. We lost, like, a ton of family members. And then my mom just got, like, super depressed, and I totally understand that. And like she just kind of like everyone who was still with us, like myself, she very much cut herself off. Murder? Yeah, one was. What about in-laws? Do you meet them occasionally? I don't really. So my wife, Anna, who is wonderful, or Lady Luck as we sometimes call her, she is Russian. Her family came to America fleeing like the collapse of like the USSR and stuff like that. And she was like little. She was like 2 or 3 or something when her mom and her sister came to America as refugees. They came in, they learned the language, they got, the mom got a job and, and all that kind of stuff. Her dad found that to be a great time to just ditch them and go start a new family. So I've never met her dad ever. Like we've been married. We have a kid who's 12 years old. I've never met her father. He just like ghosted them, and like went and started a new family. It's like I have heard like he's like really old, and I think he's starting to feel guilty in his old age, and he's like tried to reach out to them like twice, and they were like "F you," just hang up the phone. Like it's almost comical that he thinks they want to talk. So he's tried that. But no, I have never had to do that awkward thing where like I meet my bride-to-be's father and like, he sits there in the living room cleaning a gun and he's like, threatening me. No, I've never had to do that because he was gone. He was gone. Dude, yeah. So like her mom, my wife's mom, like we get along fine. Like honestly, I get along with her mom better than she gets along with her mom. They fight all the time. No, her dad's just friggin' MIA. Sorry to hear that. You can borrow my mom sometimes. Yo, call your mothers, chat. If your mom's in your life and she's still cool, give her a call after the stream. Be like, hey, I miss you. How you doing? What's the recipe for that casserole you make? Just give her something to talk about that she likes. Enjoy the time together. I'm gonna sneeze now. Excuse me. I tried to lean away from the mic. I'm not afraid to go back to prison, Oh, yeah. All my ex-girlfriends, mothers, and fathers always loved me wicked. Nice. You were good. You were putting on a good front. Which way to keep making fun of Catalyst? Lol. Delta says I was abandoned by my biological parents at 33 years old. Oof! I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you found some other people to have good family time with since then. My mother-in-law taught me that moms can actually love their kids. That was wild. Yeah. My parents were awesome. I like, if I had bad times in my childhood, it was because of bullying, not because of home. Home was great. However, my parents did fall out of love with each other. Now, this was like after I was 30. So when they separated, I was just probably like, yeah, that's probably healthy for you too. Yeah, I was very logical about it. Like, they were like, yeah, we're getting a divorce. And I was just like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I think that's good. I think that's probably good. But it's changed very, very much. Basically, like, the friends and family that I grew up with, it doesn't exist anymore. Which is it's sad and unfortunate. And sometimes it hits me like a ton of bricks, because sometimes I'll have some like random memory of like me playing with my cousins as a kid, and then I'm like, oh, I'm the only one in that memory still alive. Okie day. And then they're like, all right, let's just try to, like, I don't know, go get some Oreos or something. I don't really know what to do after that. Staff Cata. Yeah. We're gonna be looking at Staff Catalyst. Yeah. Sorry for the Debbie Downer topic. We went off topic there. Hey, call your moms. Call your mothers. Say, Mom, I love you. Hey, I was thinking about making that mac and cheese that you make. The fantastic one. How do you make it? Just get them talking. Have some, bond while you can. Bond while you can. You never know when you're going to lose the opportunity. Rajani says, did you see my comment on the glyph? I don't believe I did. Let's see. Your last comment was happy birthday. Before that, you said, that looks like the res glyph. The res glyph is annoying because it's very attunement dependent. Might not be worth it. Oh, yeah. No, I know. Like, the air one teleports them to you. Water gets them up with more health. Fire one's stupid. Earth is AoE, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I am familiar with that one because I've PvP'd against it many times. Your cousins all got accidented? A lot of them did, yeah. Like, first of all, I really want to stress, like, I'm not trying to, like, bring things down here, but I'm very much an open book. So I don't mind answering questions. And also, like, I've already come to terms with all this. One of my cousins, one day, he took some medication for a headache that says don't take this with alcohol. And he took it with a beer. He was very much a, like, kick back, drink a beer kind of guy. And then he laid down to take a nap to try to sleep off the headache. The combination of the medicine plus the alcohol plus laying down, which slowed his heart rate, just made his heart stop. And he passed away in his sleep. He was like 28 and had 4 kids. And he just laid down, died. And so, like, because you're not supposed to mix whatever those were. I don't remember the name of the medication, but you're not supposed to mix those. Another one of my cousins, she was married, and her husband unalived her. It was gruesome, and I'm not going to go into it, but basically, he was off some meds he should have been on, and he was on some meds he should not have been on. And he went crazy. So, she was gone. And then there was like, and it just goes on and on. Again, it was just like every year for like 8 years we lost somebody, and it had nothing to do with any of the times before. My father had 9 siblings, my mother had 8. I have tons of cousins. That's all. Dude, cousins are great. I'm an only child. So I grew up, and dude, the times I got to like go to a cousin's house and like play with them, like that was basically the time I got to play with other kids. I freaking love my cousins. But most in my case, most of them are gone. There's a lot of those types of meds, nobody reads the bottles. It's so sad. Yeah, like that one was just a super unfortunate freak accident, as far as we can tell. Let's see. What is your best memory of the day you've ever had so far? Wait, I'm sorry, hold on. What is the best memory of the best day you've ever had so far? I think society wants me to say the day I got married, but I am going to say the day my wife said yes. That was a good day. The whole, like, speaking as a guy, not representative of all guys, but speaking as a guy, the whole, like, ceremony, the wedding ceremony, God, that was just a ritual that I had to go through. Ugh, that was just a freaking chore. I had to dress up and do a ceremony and pay for things that were only going to last a day. Oh my God, that was a freaking chore. Like, her saying yes, that got me excited. The rest of that crap was for her. That was very exciting. Professionally, like the best day professionally, someone in chat already said it. Yeah, the day that there was one day I had 36,000 viewers on Twitch. I was representing Guild Wars 2 on the front page of Twitch, which is an embed, by the way. I was representing Guild Wars 2 on the front page of Twitch, and it was my birthday. It was the day that Guild Wars 2 launched on Steam. I was doing legendary giveaways. I was streaming all day. They had drops turned on. They did the front page thing, and I was like answering questions and getting new people into the game. I meticulously planned out that day. So I was like, first I did Veil Guardian with a group. Then I left that group and joined another group that was waiting for me at Strikes. And then we showed Strike missions. Then I left that group and went to a group of people that were waiting at the Nightmare Fractal. And we did that. Then I left that group and I went to Deathbranded Shatterer. And I basically tried to have this game look like non-stop, high-octane cool stuff. And that day, we got thousands of people to download and try out Guild Wars 2. So, like, it was really good for Guild Wars 2 as a company, and it was, like, the biggest day of channel growth I've ever had. So, like, professionally, I don't know that I'll ever top that day. Like, to put it into perspective, I have 88,000 followers right now, okay? 88,000, it's like 88K, and that is after streaming every day for 6 years, okay? That day, I got 9,000 followers. So, like, 10% of my total followers came from that one day. It was an absolutely bonkers day. Some of you may have joined that day. All from yeah, dude. The embeds are a tool. The embeds simply enable other growth if you can act on them. It's just a tool. And if the tool ends up becoming bad, like a broken screwdriver, I'm gonna throw it away. I'm considering it now because of just like other stuff, but yeah, that's it. I joined the channel that day. Yeah, there was also there was one day that I think it was the day we were celebrating like 2 years of daily streaming. Carnage rated me, and so that was like I got rated for like 10,000 people, and at that time I had never had that many people there, and I didn't break like the max viewers I had that day. I didn't break that for years after that. And the thing was like that was both exciting because of the numbers. And it was also exciting because I have huge respect for Carnage. And so for me, it was like someone I look up to suddenly decided to grace me with his presence. And I was like, oh! So that was extremely memorable. That was awesome. Do you not consider getting rid of it? I mean, I kind of am. I don't want to go into it right now. I don't want to get into it. The stress and expense of the one day make it so not worth it. But then I never did. Oh, you're talking about weddings. Then I never did that typical girl experience of dreaming, planning the perfect wedding, that perfect dress. Yeah, like when it comes to that, like fortunately, my wife is not like a big spender. You know those relationships where like there's like a couple and one person in the couple spends too much money and the other person's stressed out all the time? We don't have that. Both her and I are happy to just save lots of money. So it works out fantastically. And so on that day, she'd be like, oh, like, what kind of flowers you want? And I'm like, whatever we can afford that makes you happy. She's like, oh, like, what about the venue? And I'm like, whatever we can afford that makes you happy. You know, like, I let her pick everything. And, and sometimes she's like, you're putting a lot of the work on me. And I'm like, I really want you to understand I don't care about any of this. My happy days already happened. This is for you. So, I'm not trying to put work on you. I'm trying to make sure you get what you want. And we kind of did the same thing with this house. Like when we were looking for a house to move into, she was like, oh, like what do you want for the banisters? What do you want for the floorboards? What do you want for that? And I'm like, if I don't look, I'm not doing yard work. I need good internet. You can pick everything else. You can get me polka dot hallways and a plaid bedroom. I don't care. Okay, you are allowed to pick everything else. Yeah, so like she had full reign of the place that we looked to try to save up to move into. I wanted to not fall down. Yeah, Mukluk great in his wedding dress, dude. I was working it. You've played Vampire Survivors, right? Have you seen the Castlevania DLC? I have not. No, I played the Castlevania DLC for V Rising, but not Vampire Survivors. Muk is in your walls. I'm in the goddamn walls. I can't get away from you. I installed Stranded Alien Dawn as a break for Yours 2. Suddenly a Muck review in the community hub. Yeah, of the reviews I've done of other games, the Stranded Alien Dawn one is probably the most successful one. That one, because like, for example, I did a review for Black Myth Wukong, and I think it got like 2K views, which is, excuse me, I have the hiccups, which is, of course, not very much. But the Stranded Alien Dawn review has 84,000 views. So that's like getting to be one of my top videos ever. And it's for like not even my main game, which is awesome. Which is awesome. Okay, let me see. All right, when I looked at playing this build last week, I could not find many up-to-date stuff on it, like Hardstuck and Snow Crows and Guild Gem, the usual websites I go to look at builds. They hadn't updated Heal Quick Kata for like the new stuff. So let's see. I think we put this together last time. Let me take a look here. Is this completely? Oh, it's just music volume is off. Okay. So we've got, let's see, Rune of the Monk and Toughness. That's Givers and Rune of the Monk. Relic of the Caracosa. And yeah, it says use Harriers. I'm just going to use Givers right now. Let's see, Transference, Paralyze it. Let's just unequip that. That way I don't accidentally weapon swap. Since Elmildas can't weapon swap in combat, if you accidentally weapon swap right as the fight starts, you're trapped. Data says, Gilwars 2 question. In your Skyscale Soto Unlock vid, you speak about doing the POF Masteries later on, but don't give information how to do. Could you please provide this information? What's up, Data? So there's two ways of getting the Skyscale. There is the Soto method, which you saw the video for, and there's the Path of Fire method of getting the Skyscale. I don't have a video guide for that because there were already a bunch of really good ones that already existed when I started playing the game, which was after Path of Fire. If you look up how to get the Skyscale and look for the method that involves Path of Fire and Living World Season 4, after you have done that quest line, you will be able to go into here, and there is Path of Fire Skyscale Masteries, and you can get these to teach your Skyscale more abilities. And for example, some of them, like the Rift thing, is related to some legendary stuff. Is it better to get the POF Skyscale? Is better to get the POF Skyscale? Well, like, the best thing is, like, if you just want to Skyscale as fast as possible, do the Soto method, and then over time work on the Path of Fire method, because then you have all the abilities unlocked. Peter says, how is this game now? I've not played since launch. It's great. It's doing fantastic. Peter, they recently started doing yearly smaller, like, they, for a while, did, like, an expansion, and then there'd be, like, 5 years, and then, like, a big expansion, and then many years, and then a big expansion. And now they just do a smaller expansion every single year. So, like, last year we got Secrets of the Obscure. This year we got one called Janthier Wilds, and we're in the middle of Janthier Wilds right now. Okay. So, let me see if I can remember how to do this. Quickly cycle through, deploy Jade Sphere, Fire, Water, Air to keep up Might, Fury, Quickness, Vigor, Resolution, and Soothing Mist. Regularly use Healing Rain and Windborne Speed for regen and swiftness. Use Deploy Jade Sphere, Earth at least once every 36 seconds for protection. Okay. So, let's try this out here. And then Water... Okay, we're certainly keeping lots of boons up. Alright. Yeah, not too bad at all keeping all the boons up. Not having any problems in that department. Mukluk, yeah, I'm fiddling with it. It's a lot of buttons, I tell you what. Oh, I just realized I didn't give myself alacrity from the console. I was like, I think Soothing Mist is wearing off before I can go back into water, and it's because I didn't give myself a lack. So we're providing all of these boons to ourselves, but I forgot to give myself a lack from the console. Are you a musical person? Do you play an instrument? No, I do not.
Feel free to approach
So I can't main Weaver. Do Wizards Vault rewards reset in 28 days? It should say in the vault when they reset. 28 days. Yeah, I guess it's 28 days. Let's see. Astral rewards. Yeah, I think it's 28 days. Quickly cycle through, not the build for me. Yeah, let's see. All right, adjust self, add boons, utility, alacrity. Because this can do everything else. Let's see. All right. Yeah, now it can keep Soothing Mist up. Barely. Okay. Alright, think I've got the general idea of this. So other than the alacrity, all these boons here we're keeping up no problem. So that's occasional Aegis, protection, fury, regen, resolution, quickness, vigor, swiftness, and 25 stacks of might. And I've been playing this for 5 minutes. That is so much better than what it used to be. I actually don't know where the resolution's coming from, so I actually want to read my traits really quick to see if I can understand that better. I don't know where I'm getting that. And I don't see it here. Is it from one of the spheres? It's from Water Sphere. Let's see. Remove Golem, respawn. Let's go to water. Right you are. There it is. 5 seconds. Is that 5 seconds per pulse? Yes, I'm seeing the duration keep refreshing. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So it just has full uptime resolution just baked in. Alright, alright, alright. Okay. Let's see. What is the food of choice? Let's see. In CC, I believe it was Air 3 and 5, right? Gust and Static Fields. And then Earth was the 4. And Arcane Wave. And then if you're using Conjure Frostbow or Conjure Lightning Hammer. Okay. Alright. I think we're okay. Alright. Cool. Well, I will say already, I can tell you this feels so much better than it did when I tried Quick Cat. Like, some of you may have seen a video I did where I was like, I tried them all. I tried every healer in Guild Wars 2. And it was like a 1 hour long video of me just talking. And the only healer I couldn't even get to, like, work, I couldn't even make it function, was Kata. Because it was like such a weird thing to make it work. But this right here, boons applied by your Jade Spheres have 50% increased duration, or 150% increased duration, and you can now gain energy while spheres are active. That is game-changing for how, like, the quality of life, just like how this feels to play. Has a surprising amount of CC if you use all the tools, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I can have Arcane Wave down here. Now, honestly, for Kata, I feel like the buttons you have down here are worse than Tempest. You know, Tempest has, like, Eye of the Storm and Aftershock and, like, the shouts, which are really good. Kata doesn't really have those really good shouts, so as a result of it, you can kind of take whatever. So, like, I've got the res skill and I've got a CC skill down here. But you have flexibility down there in that utility slot. Didn't support Willbender also give you trouble? No, support... Okay, Healbender was extreme. Like, I awarded Healbender easiest to learn because you did a fair amount of damage, AoE healing, and AoE cleansing by just auto-attacking. So Healbender was the easiest to learn. However, it felt like the hardest one to get huge numbers out of. So if I did a really healing intensive fight, like Slothosaur or Bone Skinner, then I felt like Healbender, I just couldn't keep up. You know, like the ceiling of the build was too low. Now, I played it for a day, so I wasn't perfect, and it's important to point that out. But that's how I felt about Healbender. But it was great for, like, you know, learning a build just from scratch. Mug, Staff Earth 3, when it flips, gives AoE stability. Yes. Yeah, also, when I go into Earth is, what is it? The Sphere? The Sphere gives Aegis? Yeah, Sphere gives Aegis. Boop. Yeah, there's the stab. Yeah, you need... It's kind of weird, because, like, going into Earth has a cooldown, and the Sphere, which provides Aegis, is the same skill that provides Prot. So you need to go into Earth occasionally to give Prot, but if you know that there's a moment coming up where you need Aegis, you need to have the Earth Sphere and Earth Attunement off cooldown to give that Aegis on demand. So that I'm not a huge fan of, but, you know, you can work around that. Excuse me, hiccup. You can work around that. I've been alt parking 2 LE alts for almost a year. That's why I'm checking out the stream to get some pointers on playing class I don't understand. There needs to be Gore's 2 Lingo Dictionary. I don't know what stab meant. Stab is stability. So there are some buffs in the game, or boons, that are basically like, you want these all the time. You know, might, regeneration, protection, things like that. Like, if you're in a solid group, you will have those boons up the entire time. Stability and Aegis are 2 boons that are not, it's not possible to keep them up all the time. So what you do is you use them when you need them. And stability is very simple. 1 stability prevents 1 you can't play anymore. Knockdown, launch up in the air, knockback, fear, anything that would take away your ability to play the game. If you have stability, this fails and you lose the stability. They counter each other out, okay? So if you've got 5 stacks of stability on you, you can block 5 incoming crowd control skills. So if you're at a boss fight and the boss is about to do a shockwave, which will knock the whole raid down, it is common practice for the healer to then give the whole group stability so that they can just ignore it and keep going. So you typically want your healers able to provide stability. So like right now, if I do this, you know, boop. So this guy has 2 stacks of stability, and I have 2 stacks of stability. So we're ready for, you know, to get hit by something. But that's what stab is. Quick question. Between the Ranger and Engineer overall, which do you enjoy the most for defensive support? Ranger with a good healing or Engie with a good utility? Well, I mean, Ranger has great utility, too. Ranger is my main, so I am inclined to say Ranger. But Engineer and Necro are both, like, my second and third most played. So I very much enjoy them as well. And when you say defensive support for Ranger, that's Druid, maybe Untamed. But if you say defensive support for Engineer, that could be Scrapper or it could be Mechanist, which play very differently from each other. Don't answer that yet. The answer. Okay. Necro over the win. Necro is quite fun. Why are you playing Ellie? Is there something new? Yeah, in the last patch on October 8th, they made it to where Catalyst can generate a Jade Sphere energy while Jade Spheres are out, if they're running this trait, which is a major quality of life for how easy it is to heal while playing this class. Alright, so what I would like to do now is I would like to make a squad. I am on EU chat. This is a healthcare stream. I want to make a squad, and I want to do the daily strike missions. For anyone who would be interested in joining me, I can be your healer, baby. I will be your healer. I will be a quickness healer. Well, one of the healers, you know, we need 2. But I'd like to do the daily strikes, so there will be easy money involved. And I will be playing Heal Quickness Catalyst. I cannot talk. It's easier to play it than it is to say it now. Heal Quick Catalyst. Can't answer now. I finished the answer, Yogg. Just rewind. Let's see. Stability is the ability to stab. No, that's stabability. That's a whole different thing. Yeah, just if you missed something I said, just rewind a little bit. I will say Twitch wins the emote game. YouTube does win the rewind game. It's a lot easier to rewind when I say something you miss on YouTube. But I'm streaming to both. Healthcare in America, we don't need no seeking healthcare. We like being sick and drinking bleach and eating Tide Pods. You would love Harbinger. They drink questionable things and they fire a gun a lot. Okay. Let's see. Sharknition, if you could do a lack DPS, then you can pair with me. Cassandra, you said Bon heal? What is Bon heal? Is that like Bonkai? Like what do you do? Hold on a sec, I'm gonna give them a minute to respond. Boon? Okay, which boon? That still doesn't tell me. Are you a lack or quickness? What do you do, Cass? Even saying boon heal doesn't tell me what you do. Greetings, Mug in chat. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Druid dude. Are you on NA? I'm on EU right now. This is healthcare. Chrono can do both. Oh, okay. All right. Then in that case, Lotos can be quickness DPS, and Shell can be a lack heal. Please and thank you. See, I was being snippy. I didn't realize you were playing the only class that literally is just boon heal. Oh, shows me. All right. Okay. Daily strikes. Temple of Forbir. All right, here we go. Boop, boop, boop. Yes. Because when I play something for the very first time, I go try it out on this guy, for sure. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, there we go. Do legendary challenge? No. A few more healing, use Ice Bow instead of Signet. Does Ice Bow give more healing? Hold on a second. I know that the Frostbow... Chill, stun, bleeding, damage... What? The auto heals. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Now I know. I only knew Frostbow as a CC tool. I didn't know it had a healing thing on it. Waiting on Shell to zone in. And knowing is half the battle. Yo, Joe! The other half is extreme violence. Oh, if anybody wants to be a cheapskate like me, I'm gonna drop a birthday cake over here. Not mandatory. Use it if you want it. I'm very new to Warrior, don't judge my DPS. I am going to judge you so hard. Alright, I'm in gear with 0 power, so just don't let me beat you on damage.
Do not look away. I hunger for power. Come to me.
CC. Nice. Alright, kill Rage. And then an Envy. Red circles. Block the orbs. So far, chat, this is not bad at all. Dodge this. Stack the greens. Okay, Malice. Block the orbs. Good, 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 good. Actually, he's watched the pain away there for the first time. Actually, no, it's not watch the pain away. I was thinking Tempest. That's not my heal skill. I was testing you, chat. You pass. Uh-oh. Kill that guy. Kill Mug. No, I'm a good boy. You ready to CC? Nice. We got one guy not stacked with the others. I'm worried about him. Okay, I think he'll be okay now. Easy. That was not too bad at all. That was not too bad at all. Alright, alright, alright. Let's see. Are there decent add-ons for this game? There's some. Yeah, hang on a sec. I've got guides for a bunch of them. There is a link to a webpage with a bunch of guides for add-ons for this game. Mug, how do you CC with this guy? In Earth mode, the 4 button is CC. In Air mode, the 3 and the 5 are CC. And if you choose to bring some utility skills on your bar, you can have more CC there. I have got Arcane Wave on the bar. And Arcane Wave holds 2 charges and is 200 CC per charge. So you can do that, and you could fire 2 of those off within a second or 2 if you want. Okay, so next up is Arborstone. Mike, are you running full Harriers this build? I'm running Givers right now, which is the same healing power and concentration as Harriers, but instead of power, it's tankiness. That way, it's more forgiving of me making mistakes, since this build is not doing much damage anyway. So I was just like, alright, then I'm just going to get survivability. If I played this a lot, I might swap to Harriers, which would be a kind of like Glass Cannon. Okay, let's see. Daily strikes, Ether Blade. Ether Blade. Okay. Are you gonna try quick DPS Cata later, or waiting for a guide on that first? I might wait for someone smarter than me on Ellie, because the thing is, like, if you're going into another class blind, and there's no resources for that, it can take a long time to figure out how you're supposed to play it, and then you still might do it wrong. That's me with Ellie. I'm not fluent on Ellie, but I can follow instructions. So right now I'm following instructions from, like, a Snowcrow's video. Or, sorry, Snowcrow's written guide. So once they've got, like, a quick DPS Cata one, then yeah, I'll probably go back and try that out. Fill a DPS muck, I have to go. Okie dokie. Here's a squad join command, Twitch and YouTube chat. If any of you want to join, we have lost a DPS. Greater Elemental in CC and air or water also is, yes. Oh, dude, I totally forgot about Ellie. I didn't use it at all in that last fight. I need to do that. EU, by the way? Yes, I am on EU. There are resources. There's videos for Scepter, Sword, Pistol, Hammer 2, and Spear. Maybe they came out since last I checked. Last Tuesday, when I checked Gilgen, Hardstock, and Snowcrows, none of them had up-to-date quickness DPS information. It was all still pre-patch. So if they've added something, it might have been in the last week. Mike, how come there's no Wizard's hat this Halloween? The Witch's hat is Halloween. The Wizard's hat is a gem store thing from time to time.
Wow. You just brought everyone, huh? We should finish this now. Spend a few years in the mist. You meet the most fascinating people.
This is going to be fun.
How did you...
Whoops. Just click there. Fired one of my skills off into the sunset.
I need your power. I need more. Please! I can't lose again.
This is going to be fun.
How did you...
I will say, this is very high APM. There's never a moment where I can, like, take a break on smashing keys. Thanks for all the guides, man. You helped me so much getting yours too. You're welcome, Nick Yoda. Hello. Thank you for the kind words.
Ooh, this is going to be fun.
did you...
I'm not doing well with keeping track of the elemental yet. I know I've been failing at that quite a bit so far.
We should finish this now. How did you...
GG! Nice. Not too bad. Not too bad. Alright. Ice Brood Saga. Rajani says, Admuck, are you a Mitron apologist? Did she die too soon in your opinion? I'm sad we didn't get more with her. Am I a Mitron apologist? Wait, what? What does that mean? I don't know that phrase. Did she die too soon? I will say that she did die, like, when she died, it was very, very quick. I was kind of surprised. It felt like a little Game of Thrones. Like, it was just like, yo, bang, she gone. But, like, am I an apologist? I don't know what you mean by an apologist. If you're saying, like, do I think she deserved it? I mean, she was a terrorist who had killed, like, a ton of people. And then she said sorry afterward. Like, I'm glad that she turned over a new leaf there near the very end. And she, you know, helped us out a little bit. But she did do a lot of really bad stuff. I'm sorry. So there is that. Shiver Peaks. I heard you got raided by 13k people at show. Yeah, the dream, yeah. Funny enough, I have been raided by 10k people before. And yo, I was like game face on, let's go.
For Blood Legion.
She's a terrorist, but she's sorry, yeah. If you're sorry, it's okay. Vader redeemed in 3 minutes and killed a lot more people. Yeah. That one good act he did at the end, that totally makes up for him blowing up the planet. It's totally okay now.
Be careful up there.
Was it Cello
Conditions have
Frag?
gotten worse since
Cello?
Vanguard left.
No, I was talking about when I got raided by
Another way
Coke
up.
Carnage. I transmuted Earth.
This storm isn't normal. Blocking
These
us
lines
from
arch mean
following
nothing to you. We
Vanguard
used to have a cool city. Now it's,
makes you wonder if it's
well, it is, I
intentional.
guess. Yeah.
And who's pulling the strings?
Watch yourself out there, Commander.
You are a loaf. Beacons lit. Mukluk calls for aid!
Commander, you heard it too, Cree. I should be there.
You're being a distraction.
Vader never really decided to blow up a planet. Well, yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, he played a part. He gets a slice of the blame.
No one saw that.
I saw that, Zad. Thank you. All right. 3, 2, 1. Ah, I had stability up. I was ready for that incoming shockwave, but we killed him too fast.
Sounds like that worked out okay.
Suffering from success.
But no change.
It's my birthday today. What's something fun I should do in game and Guild Wars 2? Eat birthday cake! Nom 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 nom. Vader's crime is more slaughtering the Jedi Temple. Okay, there you go. Killing the younglings. Am I seeing an Ellie? No. You didn't sleep well last night. Your eyes all fogged up. Let's see. Shiver Peaks. Dull Bears. The children yearn for Anakin's lightsaber. They yearn for Anakin's lightsaber. Yep. That's it. All right. Dull Bears. Mug or someone else, can you explain why people are saying Spear Warrior got nerfed harder in Spellbreaker than other specs? I don't think I can explain that, no. Chat, someone else take this one? Any Warrior mains here? People main Warrior? Yes, Captain Crapface mains Warrior. I don't know if he's here though. Keep the group alive. I'll be right back. I'm gonna stand in the fire just so you don't get bored.
Guide the arrows, my claw.
Oh boy. Challenge mode time. Nice. Easy. Okay. Let's see. Because Spellbreaker was a piece of crap broken spec. Spellbreaker in PvP, I think because full counter is such a short cooldown, it is an absolutely busted spec. But that's not really related to the spear discussion, I don't think. Daisuke says, dropping in to say hello, set off my sound, and then run off to go watch you keep playing, keep talking, nobody explodes. Alright, Daisuke. Talk to you later. The squad has insane DPS. Yeah, there's multiple people above 30k, which is pretty wild for a pug. Freener. I'm like, hi, any tips on how to level fast? I'm only 28 and it's taking a while. Really? I don't think the leveling experience is that bad. One random tip I can give you is there's a hidden system in the game dagger where the longer something is alive, the more XP it's worth, up until double XP. So if you kill things that people often run past, like a neutral creature, like deer or yaks or fish, they are often worth double XP because they've been alive so long and people have been ignoring them. It's random, but it's true. If you wish to use that. Lab farming? Oh, true, true. With the Halloween event going on right now, joining a group that farms the labyrinth is a good way to power level if you want to just specifically blast through the levels.
It's time to sleep beneath the stars.
Do people still level the normal way these days with the amount of tomes the game throws at you? I mean, it's been a few years since I leveled a character what you would call like the old-fashioned way, so I'm not sure.
You fought so hard, but your long day has ended.
All right. Okay, cool. Next up. It's not bad, and it jumpstarts map progress. You're going for completion on the character. The character. Oh yeah, the character adventure guide. I forgot about that. That's still in my brain. That's still new. Yeah, if you go into the achievements, there's a thing called the character adventure guide, and it's like really basic stuff, like that teaches you the basics of how to play the game. Like here's how to jump, here's how to dodge, things like that. And each of those that you do gives a ton of XP for the amount of effort it provides. So those can be good as well. Let's see. Whisper. I would say I want to level a tune from 1 to 80 normally, then I look at the 50 plus level 20 to 60 experience scrolls I haven't used. Hey Mike, how does new Kata feel? Pretty good. I don't think it's going to be my new main, but it feels a hell of a lot better than it used to. Like, I could totally recommend this to people and be like, yeah, if you like this, you might love
months. Kata. That's like 2 years.
Have you tried quick DPS and quick heals? No, I have only been focusing on Kata quick heals so far. We just got this and then Bone Skinner, and then we'll be done with this sequence that we're doing right now. Let's see. Oh, we got one down. I'm using Glyph. Alright, got him. I should have changed elements before doing that. However, that was the very first time I used the res glyph, so it's not really a surprise I did it wrong. He's up, though. He's up. Is it worth it to buy Ultimate Janther? Hello, Dax. So the Ultimate Editions of any of the expansions are basically, the Deluxe Edition plus, $50 worth of gems for $25 of additional cost. So you pay $25 more than Deluxe, but then you get $50 worth of gems. So the answer to the question is there stuff you want from the gem store? If there's not, then no, don't get it. That'd be a waste. However, if there is, then it is a really good deal. You know, you're basically getting 25 extra bucks worth of stuff for free if you want that stuff. Are there new drops? There are no Twitch drops related to Guild Wars 2 at this moment that I know of. And if there are, freaking scream at me. I need to put that in my stream title. Don't run inside his hitbox. Some of you are getting really low health from running inside his hitbox with the chains. It's taking me too long to get out of here. There we go. No, ah, dang it. I couldn't get the stability up in time. So it takes 3 clicks with this build to get stability up. I have to go Earth, I have to do the Earth Shield, and then I have to transmute it. And so I could not get the stability up in time, even though I knew he was about to knock us across the room. I was only able to get 2 of the clicks done in time. Wow. I tried to res you, and then you misformed, which honestly is totally fine because it might have saved you. And so I canceled the res, and then you resolidified, and I tried to res you, and then he knocked us up in the air, and we landed, and then I tried to res you, and then the fight ended. Just got interrupted 3 times in a row from different crap. Challenge mode force them to healers to heal through chain damage. Oh, dude, it's not possible sometimes. Surely ANET would tell you if there were drops coming, right? There have been times where I may have known about, upcoming campaigns ahead of time. So that just allows me to prepare like a video or something like that, but not every single time. Bones. Bones, 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 bones. Let's see. Just hitting the final one, catching up. I'm sorry if you try to get them. Raid feels last unlisted. Fractal today for last mastery was much easier, faster than expected. Oh yeah, fractals are not bad at all. Like for the higher level fractals, you need to build some Agni resistance. But like, for example, the video guide I have that has like every fractal explained in seconds, literally it's just like each fractal in like 30 seconds. I'm like, here's how to do it. Run down this hallway, dodge the boulder, hit this guy with rocks, go over here, hit this guy, stack up so you're here looking, heal through the damage next. Like, they're very straightforward. And also quite profitable and good XP. Time for the real test, boned at it, yeah. The only thing I'm really worried about with this build for Bone Skinner is the amount of cleansing output. But we will see. Good CC. Pretty sure that... Okay, that's fine. I was doing an AoE res on them, and then they all got pulled out of it, but we still saved 2 of the 3, so it's okay. Hi, Noxxi! You know, if I ever play the game that came from, and I hear that noise and I'm supposed to be spooked, I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's Nox. GG! Okie dokie. Not too bad. Everyone that didn't stand in the bad, I was able to keep up pretty easily, and we saved some of the people that stood in the bad. Alright. Cool. Cool. I would say my biggest failure is I was constantly losing track of the elemental. Because, like, you summon it, and then it only lives for a while, and then it cools down for a while, so it's got, like, low uptime, and, like, I wasn't utilizing it properly. But that would come with practice. Alright, thank you for the group, guys. Appreciate you letting me practice that. Thank you. Noxxi says, can't heal stupid. I healed myself just fine, thank you. Muck, I got a visual bug for you. I already know about my face. Is it that? Alright, stepping out of the party. Y'all are wonderful. Thanks. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go back to the aerodrome and do one of those thoughts videos. Is there a way I can link you a video? I don't know if I can smite it for posting it here. Yeah, I will say I'm not going to click like a random link in chat just because, trust me, bro, because that's a good way to get in trouble. But if you want to DM it to me, I'll check it out later off stream. Wow, this guy. Alright. That was for Noxxi to show the his. Oh, the female char thing. Gotcha. Alright, that's fine. You don't trust me, bro? Have you figured out how to give perma stab on Kata? No? I know that going into Earth and doing staff 3 2 times gives stability. I don't know about perma stab.
Hi there. Use the console to begin combat testing. If you have any inquiries, come speak to me.
Do moderately threatening. Alright, let me test this one time before I start recording. Alright, yeah, this is totally easy. This is fine. Okay, that should be okay. Mukran Golem, respawn. Alright, let me turn off the music. Okay. Alright, chat. Gonna go into YouTube mode here for a minute and going to basically just recap what we went through. Do one of those I tried videos. Alright, here we go. Hello gamers, Mukluk here, and today we tried out the new Healing Quickness Catalyst. For those that don't know, in the October patch for Guild Wars 2, they made some changes to it. Some of you may remember a video I did a few months ago, something like that, where I tried every single healer in the game, and we didn't even really try Kata because it was almost like a meme at that point. It was like 1 million APM to do, you know, less results than some of the other classes. And one of the big things was the Jade Spheres. Just to say this in a way that people who don't know Kata can understand, Catalysts have these little Jade Spheres with this tiny little energy bar right here. And essentially they deploy a sphere, and then it does some good stuff like boons and things like that. However, you have to cast skills and hit things in order for that bar to fill back up. So you can see I'm auto-attacking this guy, and the bar is filling back up. However, you could not refill the bar while the sphere was active in the past. So that would promote gameplay where you summon your spheres and then just like auto, wait for the spheres to wear off, and then machine gun all your abilities and then get the spheres back out again really fast, and then just auto. And then when the spheres wear off, you roll your head on the keyboard, and then, you know, and so on and so on and so on. And one of the biggest changes they did, they messed with quite a few things here, but this right here, Sphere Specialist, the second sentence is you can now gain energy while spheres are active, which means you can just play normally. You can just play normally, which is very, very good. Like, I'm not even an Ellie main, I'm not an Ellie fanboy, but this feels so much better than it did before. Like, this actually is now something that I would recommend. So really quick, I have Alacrity right now from the testing console, so the Alacrity is from that. Everything else you're about to see is for me. This is a moderate damaging field, which is more damage than many of the fights in the game. So I'm just going to run in here. We're going to use Healing Rain just for regen, and do this, and then we're going to swap to Air and use this just to get Swiftness, and then Fire will help us get like Might Stacks and stuff up. We're going to go into Earth for a minute just to get Protection up. and back to water, which tops off the health again. And we're just going to go through this, and I'm essentially just going to each element. I'm deploying the sphere and doing a couple of other moves and then moving on. And you can see on my boon list down here, I have got pretty much every boon in the game. We've got Protection, Fury, Swiftness, Resolution, which is not terribly common, Quickness, Vigor, Regeneration, 25 Might, and again, the Alacrity is from the console. So, what was it like playing this? What was it like playing this? High APM, but not too bad. So, essentially, as I mentioned, every time you swap through an element, you'll be like, for example, you go to water, and you like deploy the sphere. Healing Rain helps keep regeneration up, so you're going to use Healing Rain often. The 4 is a Frost Field, the 2 is a Blast, so you can use that as a combo finisher. 3 is a lot of healing in an area, plus it helps with Revive if you take the Revive trait. So you could use those. You're going to go in air, and you want to use Windboard Speed, which gives your group Swiftness. That's where the Swiftness comes from. And you can fire the 2 if you want. The 3 and the 5 are CC. You go into fire, and you just do this, and, you know, that's more boons. And the 2 and the 3, I usually throw. The 5 has an incredibly long cast time, as you can see here. I pretty much never use the 5 while healing. The 4 launches you backwards. Well, it usually does. I don't know why it didn't there. If your 4 fails to launch you backwards, please see a doctor. This is common in Ages of Men over 4. Okay, so there. That's what it's supposed to do. So I would occasionally use this for movement. Like if we were in Temple of Phoebe today, and there was a moment where we just needed to move from point A to point B, and I just turned my cameras back to the location and did that. So it's a movement skill. Earth, when you go into Earth and then throw the sphere, 1, it's the source of your protection, but 2, it's Aegis. So sometimes you might want to delay your next Earth in order to give your group Aegis at a needed moment. And that part, I don't love how that feels. It's absolutely viable. You get a lot of protection from one sphere, which allows you to postpone going into Earth for a while. You have a cushion. However, I don't really like that, you know, the hit this button to keep the boon up and hit this button when needed for emergencies are on the same key. That's probably one of my biggest complaints. Also, with Staff, your 3 skill, if you double tap it, you give your group stability. Some issues I had with that is if I wasn't in Earth and I needed to give the group stability, I had to go to Earth, use 3 again. So it was 3 animations and key presses to get the group stability out onto the party, at least in the way that I knew how to do it. So there was moments where I got it out when it needed to be out, and there was moments where I was like, go Earth, hit 3, and then we got hit. That happened, I believe, on Whisper of Jormag. I was, you know, trying to transmute Earth, and I just couldn't do the 3rd key press fast enough, and we got thrown. Minor inconvenience, but it was absolutely an inconvenience. Let's see, what else do we got? Utility skills. Let's see, you know, we got Arcane Brilliance to, you know, heal. Signet of Water helps a little bit, and you can also, you know, I don't think I actually used this a single time today. It's targeted healing in an area, so good in a clinch. Arcane Wave. This is very much a flex slot. There's lots of options here. Snow Crows mentions using Conjure Frostbow or Conjured Lightning Hammer so that you can use those for CC skills if you wish. The Frostbow also has healing on its auto attack. I was using Arcane Wave for another source of CC. It does CC and holds 2 charges, so like I can use one of the charges, and then in 2 seconds I could use the other one. So there's 2 CC skills there. The Earth has a CC, and the Air has 2 CCs. So decent CC in this kit. And we got the Renewal of Water, which is the Revive glyph. Now this glyph, for those who don't play Ellie, it does a different thing based on what element you're in. Fire revives the target and can revive you if you die a few seconds later. Earth revives a pile of people. Water revives them with full health, and air revives them and teleports them to you. No matter what, it's going to revive them. So if you're panicking and you just need to get them up, just hit it. But it will act a little differently depending on the element you're in. And then the final skill was Glyph of Elements. Which I did absolutely terrible with today. It summons an element based on what you're in, and then you get a new skill that you can click and make the element do something. And that has a cooldown. However, the element's only alive for 60 seconds, then it cools down for 40 seconds, then you can resummon it. So frequently in fights, I would forget to resummon it, or I wouldn't have it out at the right moments, or I would forget to use its activatable thing. It's a pet with a limited uptime that you cannot control and has a skill with a cooldown. So if I were to play more of this class, I would absolutely get more practice with that. But for my one day playing it, I very much was not utilizing the summon properly. I was failing to use that as a mechanic quite frequently. As far as the build, this is the build that I used. I was using the one from Snowcrows. At the time of recording this, Snowcrows was the only website I found from the frequent websites that had the up-to-date heal catalyst. That may have changed by the time this video goes out, but I didn't, when I went to Hardstuck and Gilgen and Snowcrows, which are the, usually, in my mind, the big three, only Snowcrows had the heal cata updated at the time of this recording. The Snowcrows said to use Rune of the Monk, use Harrier's Gear for nearly everything with a couple pieces of Givers, and Relic of Caracosa. Just one staff with Transference and Paralyzation. There's no weapon swapping on Ellie when you are in combat, so you don't need a second weapon. In fact, I don't even like having a second weapon equipped, because if I accidentally, it's rare that I do this, but if I accidentally hit weapon swap and then enter combat, I'm locked into that, and I can't swap out of it, so I just don't even have a second one equipped. Now, I did one fight with Harrier's Gear, and I felt kind of fragile, because Harrier's is like the glass cannon of healers. If Berserker is to power, what Harrier's is to healing. So I swapped I was not doing a lot of DPS. I was doing like maybe 3 to 4k. Maybe I was playing it poorly, but I was doing like 3 to 4k DPS. So I was like, all right, my damage is crap, and the group needs me as the healer to stay alive. So while I'm learning this, I'm going to swap to tanky stuff. So I swapped to Giver's Gear. Now, Giver's Gear has the same healing power and concentration as Harrier's, but instead of power, it has toughness. And then I had no problems at all with survivability after that, and it was really easy to not have to worry about myself, and I could focus on saving others. So that's what I did while learning this. If you were more practiced at this than I was after a mere couple of hours, you'd probably eventually go to Harrier's to squeeze out a little bit more damage from it, but that's what I did, and that is why I did it. It felt good. It was very high APM. Like I said, when you're running in there is, you're like, you do this, you do this, you do this, you drop these, you go air, this is swiftness, just throw a random thing to charge sphere, go earth, do this, throw this, go fire, do this, that gives fury, that gives might, hit a couple of skills, go back to water, drop this, drop a couple skills, go back to air, use the sphere, drop a couple skills, you can go to earth, or you could save it if you choose to, go back to fire. Basically, there is no moment you don't have something to hit. And if you like mashing the keys, like if you want to be basically a berserker, but with elementals, like you're gonna love this. If you have carpal tunnel, I would not recommend this. This is kind of fun. It's very flashy. It's very high APM, or maybe not very high, but it is high APM. You are constantly pressing a key, like at all times. You are pressing a key. So if that doesn't sound fun to you, well, you've been warned. But I would say like half the skills feel like they have weight to them and they matter. And half the skills, it feels like I'm just firing this just to refill the Ellie Jelly. Like we need the Ellie Jelly bar back up so we can fire another sphere. On that note, on some of the fights, there was moments where I could not hit something and charge the spheres. So like, let's say we hit the boss and the boss goes invulnerable and starts to phase, and we have to just like wait a few moments. During those moments, I could basically provide my boons one more time, and then I was out of Ellie juice, and I had to wait for the boss to become targetable to then hit it again. However, there's enough of a buffer with the boons for this class that wasn't really a problem. Although I was just like, all right, here's one more application of boons. Now I gotta wait until I can hit the boss again. It wasn't like so tight that I had the boons fall off, so it wasn't really an issue. One thing I was a little concerned with this was cleansing. For example, Healing Rain does cleansing for 6 seconds, but it has a 28-second cooldown. There's also a couple of other traits and skills in here that do cleansing, but I did not have access to cleansing at all time, which is fine. For most fights in the game, that's fine. If I was doing something like Slothosaur with this build, I feel like I might be sweaty a little bit, Because like it's definitely less cleansing than like, you know, Scourge or Druid, which are two of the other healers that I really enjoy. So that is something else that has crossed my mind. Again, though, I only played it for a few hours, so it is possible that there is more ways of doing it. Your dodge cleanses, yes, but I believe that has a 10-second cooldown. Just a minute, it's in here somewhere. That's burning and chilled. Yes, dodge removes a condition from nearby allies with a 10-turn cooldown if you are in water only. That's the one. So yeah, that is another one of the ones you have. Again, that's just less than what some of the other classes can provide. But it is still absolutely more than adequate for 90% of the fights in the game. It's just some of the fights that have a lot of enemy conditions, I would be a little nervous going into it, just knowing what I know, but I haven't tried it on those. It might be completely fine. But yeah, I think that's it. That was my experience with it. It's definitely changed for the better. Not a class I'm going to main, but it absolutely has the tools required. It can do stability and Aegis, although you need to plan it a little bit because stability, if you're not an Earth, takes 3 clicks, and Aegis, you know, if you've given protection recently, you can't give Aegis, so you need to just know the fight enough that you can plan like 10 seconds ahead for those like things like Aegis or Stab. Aside from that, you know, you've got a revive skill if you need to bring it. The geyser can help revive as well. The staff feels like a fun weapon to me, although, you know, I think the staff's not required. You might be able to heal with spear or other weapons, but I tested with staff. Boon application is very easy. It was extremely easy to keep up literally like every boon in the game except for Alacrity. So that feels good. It is much improved from how it used to be. And if someone were to tell me like, hey, I want to heal people and this is the kind of thing I like to do, and they describe this, I'd absolutely recommend it to them after this last patch. It's much better now. And that's it. And that's my thoughts on the new heal kata, and that's what I felt after trying it out for a day. And if any of you have any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns, put them in the comment section down below, and I will fight you there. Boom! There we go. Video. Easy. All right, remember YouTube play Tempest, it's easier. I will say I missed the shouts from Tempest. On Tempest, you got like, what is it, like Eye of the Storm, or like Wash the Pain Away and Aftershock and stuff like that. Like the shouts on Tempest definitely felt better than the utilities that this one had. But it's fine, it's fine. Hi, thank you. Hi, Potter. Find you there or fight you there? I will find you in your walls and I will fight you there. Ugh, sorry to bother you during the recording. No, it's fine. That's what editing is for. Highest ABM class I've tried to master so far is Power Virtuoso. It's got a bit. If the water final trait is 1, you remove Condis, and I think fire does blast Condi removal. After the change, ANET really needs to upgrade the kata utilities to be able to play into the support aspect. Yeah, because I mean, if they're going to do that, then I would like to see Untamed support get some form of stability. Untamed support doesn't have a stab. New gem store items drop. Oh boy. I reflexively expected the outro music after you said there. We have to edit the outro music in. We have to edit that in. Okay. Let's see. Big thing on Tempest is Wash the Pain Away. Helps a lot of cleansing. Swapping the water and water overloads, having cleansing, so it's better in that matter than kata. Mike, I'm gonna need you to stop making these iTry videos because I don't have legit gear yet and constantly trying out new characters is expensive. Oh no. The alluring sick outfit, Mike. Oh boy. Okay. Hold on. What are you guys yelling at me? Alert. Wow. I need to see someone else in this. I don't think this is meant for male Suras. Very alluring, yes. Alright, clear that. Let's see. Flowing silk backpack. Ah, noises! Jesus. Ladder. Meditative garden homestead package. Spirit Soak appearance passage. Oh, it's like, it's all of it at once. Let's see. Fire Quiver backpack. Has that one been around for a while? I think I might remember that. I don't think that's new. Yeah, these have been out for a while. These are just returning. Ninja hood. And we're back to Candy Corn Gobbler. Yeah, alright, I think I've seen the rest of that. Anime Magical Girl combo pack. New homestead decorations are out. Nice. Male Norn Warrior shows chest hair. As well it should. As well it should. You can swap out Arcane for Earth Trait lines to get more access to stab and Condi cleanses. Today I learned. New Guild Wars 2 player here. Are story mode instance dungeons meant to be ran solo? Story mode? I think they can be run solo, yeah. Chad, it's been like 3 years since I ran a dungeon. Help. Hang on. We're gonna consult chat on this one. Matsu says, hey Mucka Chat, I was checking gameplay of A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead, and I thought, what a great horror game for Muck, you will love it. I've had trouble soloing those, probably not meant for that for new players. Okay, so I guess soloing story mode is something that is rather advanced. So I suppose, from what it sounds like talking to people in chat, it seems like it's more intended for groups. Quiet Place, let's see. Mucka Chat, I was checking the gameplay of A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead, and I thought, what a great horror game for Muck. I got a key for it. The company was kind enough to send me a key for that. I'm not looking forward to it. But I'll probably put on the heart rate monitor and play this some tomorrow. Yeah. We have a lot of people in the community that like watching me scream in terror, so probably tomorrow night. So, tonight is Guild Wars Tuesday. But yeah, but I do have a key for that exact game. You'll hate it, but not for the horror? Really? Okay. Is it going to get political on me? I'm trying to think of why I would hate it if not horror. Let's say Arcane Hill surrounding Venus Heals and Revive Heal. Has your heart rate ever actually shot over 100 with these? Dude, I have sat down to start the stream with my heart rate over 100. My resting heart rate is quite high. So, yeah, it has. There's been some bad ones. I will say, Gin and Tonic, I have built up a bit of a resistance to scary games. Like, I don't like getting scared, but I've played so many scary games to entertain my chat. I have built up, you know, some tolerance for it. So, like, if you want to see me, like, just straight terrified, the earlier playlists on Mukluk Plays of, like, when I played Outlast and Visage, dude, it was bad then. It was really bad. Like, I was very messed up. So, like, now I can kind of just, you know, just, like, clinch and get through the situation. So, it's definitely trained me to handle uncomfortable situations better than I could have before. But there's still sometimes. Like, there was a clip of, what was the game we played just, like, the other day? At Dead of Night. There was a clip that someone took of at Dead of Night where I got jump scared and I freaking yelled. And I'm not proud of it, but it happened. Visage and Outlast got the best Muck scares. It was so good. Ugh. Who needs scary games when American Election Day is right around the corner? Oh my god. Dude, I am getting so much spam on my phone. Like text message. Like, you know, let's beat Kamala together. Let's beat Trump together. Just constantly. And I'm like, block number, block number, block number, block number. And it's a new number. And I swear what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, like, get a marker board. And I'm going to keep a tally. Like, every time I get spam from one political party, I'm going to make a mark in that column. And at the, well, like, on election day, I'm just going to look at who sent me less spam. And I'm just going to vote for that person. I'm joking, maybe. Like, it's freaking annoying me. It's like, dude, the text, calls, email, they're just, oh my god. It's so much. It's so much. My phone blocks all that. I'm happy for you. Mine's not. Muck for president will solve all our problems. Term limits on Congress. They're too messed up now. We need a fresh batch. There was another good idea I heard someone say once. Let's see, what was it? If you're in Congress and you are at the end of your term and you are what was it? The national debt is higher than it was when you started, you're not eligible for re-election. That was an idea I saw online. I'm like, that would solve a lot of problems. That would solve a lot of problems.
What now?
My phone tells me what number's potential spam number. You'll vote for Joko. Palawa Ignatius Joko. How'd you like Heal Kata? It was good. It's not going to be my new main, but I can say that it's solid now, and I would recommend it to people. Term limits for Congress, and they can't trade stocks. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how many of them have like a $200,000 a year salary, but they live in like, you know, $5 million houses. Like, you know, it makes you most of that stuff gets caught by my spam folder, but some texts and calls get through. Congress voted themselves free health care for life. Yeah, they vote to give themselves raises a lot. Let's see. It's not corrupt if we all do it. Yeah. Oreen for president of the world. I'm on the national do not call list. Muklukocracy. It's a dictatorship. Emphasis on tater. Mad King Thorn for Supreme Ruler. Oh, when's the next Mad King thing? Oh, I think I just missed it. No. Dang it. I'm pretty sure it's over. I'm gonna go check, but I'm like 90% sure it's over. There. Cthulhu 2024, why settle for the lesser evil? It's on the second to last one. I'm on my way. I don't think I'm gonna make it though. I think you have to get like 3 or something to get credit. And I don't think there's going to be that many left.
My enemies stand before you. What do? Your Mad King says...
Mad King says...
Threaten.
Done. Are you playing Quiet Place tomorrow morning? No. Morning game, I am working on God of War Ragnarok. The dad of Bigger Boy. Dude, I played it yesterday. Was shocked at how well it ran. Most of the high-end AAA games I've played recently have not actually run that well on my machine. That one has been good.
Dance! Dance for me.
I got my vote for Rick Astley t-shirt. I'll never give you up, let you down, etc. Cosmic Quaranties always have my vote.
I'll not have my subjects looking like dimwits, even if they are. Your Mad King says... Ponder.
Bolts Out Showing is the most ally sustained and the easiest time blast goes from healing plus trouble to rage very convenient. Cool, didn't want to miss it when I work. As always, if you want to watch me play something and you enjoy watching me play something and you miss it, everything goes on the Mukluk Plays YouTube channel. So I'll put a link to that in the chat. He didn't say Mad King says. It's like the Mukluk Plays YouTube channel has a playlist for everything I do on stream, and it's all neatly organized. So like, At Dead of Night was the most recent horror game that we played. So, you know, like, here's the playlist for that. So even though we played it on many different days, it's all there in one spot.
All my subjects will show proper manners before their king. Bow!
He didn't say Mad King says. Can you turn music on? I think it is on. Oh, no, it's not. Thanks, reminder.
That was interesting. For a time. You did as well as could be expected, but I tire of this. Time for something else. Here's a little something for all my loyal subjects.
Let's see. So did that progress the... Ah! He's throwing me in the cauldron. Which is stronger, 2k power, 2k Condi, or 1k power, 3k Condi? Not enough information. Power damage also depends on precision and ferocity, and Condi damage also depends on expertise. So it would, there's more variables. Plus traits, weapon scaling, weapons have different ratios. Where is it? Festivals. Annual. Pumpkin Royal Tradition. Breast Mad King Thors with your obedience and around a Mad King's death. No, it didn't count. So this was 1 out of 3 before I did this. And it didn't go to 2 out of 3. So I think I needed to get more done. Depends on what you're fighting to. Enemies that die fast. Yeah, there are some enemies that actually have like more armor. And it's like not really listed anywhere, but people have found this out over the years through trial and error. So some enemies take less damage from power attacks. It's not huge. It might be like 10 to 15% reduced. And then on those fights, people, the tryhards will use Condi on those fights. And you can still clear them with anything, but you might have to open the chest. Don't know if I'll be able to, because I don't have enough key parts. Yeah. So I have to come back to this again later. Later. Just do the other one. Oh, the other one's all those pumpkins, though. That's 64 more pumpkins. That's a lot of pumpkins. Yeah, I could. You could do the dungeon where you battle the Mad King to progress that achievement. The dungeon where you battle the Mad King. Did I do that? Because I did all the other stuff. Was that Ascent to Madness? Hot maps in the labyrinth. I guess I could. I guess. I do want to get this done.
This candy corn is really effective bloody.
Guess I can work on the we finished one of the projects I wanted to do today was the catalyst thing. After that I wanted to work on the next Bush Hut thing, but I can work on that a little later. That could even be an evening thing. Pumpkins. Pumpkins. Oh, I find Steve immediately. Wow. Instant Steve.
When do you go back?
Back where?
To the masticated carcass you crawled out of. I'm tired of your presence.
This is the most fun I've had since I was devoured by that self-righteous dragon mutt.
Dragon mutt.
There. We should get blood coffins. How would you feel if I erected a statue of...
I remember first Halloween to score Ellie how hard he beat me. Oh wait, that's candy corn. I was thinking that was a pumpkin. Steve is the most aggressive mob you can think of. Curious how the community ended naming that champ Steve. You know, I don't even know. I remember, was it Suwon that we called Steve for a long time? I remember one of the Elder Dragons, the community called it something like that for many, many years. Because there was like weird evidence that pointed against that. It was Bubbles. Sue was Bubbles, yeah. So there was many years we knew that there was a water dragon, but we didn't know the name of the water dragon. And the community somehow just decided to call it Bubbles. Because I think there was like a part of the story where you're talking to Timey, and Timey is like, yeah, you know, and Zaitan's doing this, and Krakatork's doing this, and then like it cuts off, and everyone was like, whatever it is, its name starts with an S. And then I think people started calling it Steve for a while. Just because of that scene. Just turn Bubbles backwards. Celibabub. Celibabub. Mugazai, Palawa, Ignatius Joko asking for your support in this year's election. With your support, we can implement my new plan for healthcare. Death for everyone. Everyone will be offered the chance to enroll in mostly healthy immortality. Man, you drive a tempting offer. All the texts I'm getting from Trump and Kamala really don't have any selling points. It's like just trying to vote for the shiniest of two turds. Can I recommend /wiki carving pumpkin? We're getting it done. We're getting it done. If Palawa Joko would run for president, I'd vote for him. Compared to my current options, I would too. Don't know if the devs called him Steve now, so yeah. It's official. It's kind of like there is a, in Total War, Warhammer 3, there's a Demon Prince, and they showed the devs showed a video one day where they're like, yeah, now you can rename your lords and stuff if you want to while you're playing, just for fun. And they showed a clip of them, like, going into the game, and they took the Demon Prince, and they, like, backspaced his name and named him Daniel the Demon Prince. And they just did it as a showcase. Boom. 5 years later, everyone in the community still calls him Daniel the Demon. Just because of that one event. Like, and often when I play, I'm just usually like, alright, chat, who wants to be a dwarf? Who wants to be a demon? And I just grab names from chat. There's Steve. Vaguely remember the horror's name actually being Steve on screen one year. That might have been before my time. I'm not sure on that one. Not sure on that one. Okay, where are we at on this? 57 out of 100 pumpkins. Alright, so let's go up here and find another one. Let's see, Central Tyria, Squads, Random Lab, Join, damn it. Where's one not full? Oh my god. I'm joining the ones that say they're not full, and it's a total lie.
My, Oswald. Are you...
There we go. Do you ever PvP? Yeah? Yeah. Let me show... Dude, I have got 5,736 games of PvP. Yes. I PvP. The wiki muck used the wiki. Dude, why? Why go to the wiki? We got pumpkins. People said just go farm the labyrinth. I'm farming the labyrinth. Why are you sending me to the wiki? You're not gonna give me homework without a reason. Yeah, there was actually many months in Guild Wars 2 where the only thing I enjoyed doing was PvP, and I just did friggin' tons of it. Now, I will say, recently, I'm doing less of it than I used to, because I really don't like the current meta of the game. I think it's too bursty. Like, people appear behind you and you're just, like, dead instantly, you know? It feels like a first-person shooter. So I'm playing, like, I would rather play other games than play the current meta of PvP. But in general, do I love the PvP in this game? The answer is yes. I just haven't been doing it recently. But yeah, I've got a whole PvP playlist with tons of videos on plays of, like, all my best games, if you are interested in that. And I don't just mean, like, winning games, I just mean close games, like ones that I find entertaining. The wiki shows pumpkin dense areas in the starter zones and easier to hop from one map to another than try to instance hop the same map. I would argue it's quite difficult to hop to a new map of a starter zone, because you gotta find someone else who's on that map. Send me a link. To the PvP playlist? Hang on a sec. There's 134 games on this. There you go. Yeah, every video on that playlist is one that I considered to be a good game. Maybe I won, maybe I lost, but they were, like, good. I'm glad you're playing this because I'm at work. I can't play right now, so I get my fix vicariously. That's what I'm here for. Oh, God. Someone's fighting this mother mucker. I miss Muck doing PvP, which oh, God, the boss teleported on me. Ah! Yo, those dodges, though.
My greatest life. Allow a Joko.
I appreciate you, Muck. Thank you, two cats.
You were killed for real this time.
My, Oswald. Are you beginning to wilt? A few centuries in this
I have high standards. Well, in my opinion, a game that if I win in 3 seconds, like the enemy, you know, we stomp them into the ground, that's not a good game. You know? Like, that's boring to watch. Like, I want a game where, like, you don't know who's gonna win until, like, the last few seconds or last minute. Like, I think those are more entertaining to see. Like, whether I win, like, if I'm in a game and it's a stomp in either direction, whether I'm the one stomping or the one getting stomped, I think those are boring to watch. So I try to post stuff that I think that I might want to watch, and then people who have similar taste might enjoy it. The longest time I felt like I didn't really have anything that really hooked me for GW2 except maybe Fractals. Then I really bit the bullet and tried raiding because I really wanted those form-changing legendary armors. And now raids are my favorite content. I still do them every week even though I don't really need the ally anymore, so hype for the new wing. Nice. Yeah, I never tried raids in Guild Wars 2, but for me, it was because I had done them as like a full-time job in World of Warcraft for so long that I was just burnt out on it. So I didn't want to learn another set of raids. And then I had got full legendary except Coalescence. And I was like, well, I gotta go learn raids now if I want this last piece. So then I forced myself to learn raids. Literally, if it wasn't for Coalescence, you guys would not have the get to the point raid guides. That's what made me finally bite the bullet and get in there, was that legendary ring. That's also the thing that made me mad at all the existing guides in the game. Like, why did I have to watch this Twin Largos video for 15 minutes and it could have just said water bad? Why? Oh no! I've been kidnapped. I'll use your guys' reference to make my own Coalescence. Do it. Alright, need to map hop again. How are we doing? We're at 77 out of 100. We're nearly there. Let's see. Squads. Talking like Squidward. All doors, max profit. There we go. Love the get to the point videos. Watched them recently when I learned POF rates the first time. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy them. Hope you enjoy them. They are one of the series I'm most proud of. Like, that was like an idea that... like, there are many times I have ideas, and it might be like, hey, I like this. I think it's really cool, but then other people don't think it's cool, right? That was one where I liked it, and then also other people liked it, and it did really well, and it continues to do well to this day. Muck's going for the pumpkin carving annual. Well, yeah, people yelled at me to do it, and then people yelled at me that I'm carving pumpkins wrong. You can't win. If there's people in your chat yelling at you that you're carving pumpkins wrong, it really just shows how absolutely toxic the Guild Wars 2 community is. I can't win.
Mark, you need to go to the wiki and go to the Safari homeland, and you need to do an optimized route. And you need to get people on standby so you can instant swap every 42 pumpkins.
Exactly. And I was like, oh my god.
Just want to collect the pumpkins.
You should use a better knife for sure. Oh, I'll use a knife, alright. Prove them wrong, pumpkin carving stream for Halloween. I have carved pumpkins in real life on like 2 occasions. It is tiring. It is friggin' tiring. Also, it feels kind of wasteful because I don't even like pumpkin flavor. Like pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice latte. Like, I don't even enjoy pumpkin flavor. So, like, you know, scoop out all the insides of the pumpkin, and it's like, I'm not gonna do anything with this. Just, again, it just feels wasteful. It's good for dogs. You just reminded me of something that happened once. Hey, alright. Listen to this. I was younger, and I was at a restaurant with my parents, and my dad had ordered like a steak or something. And at the end of the meal, he wanted to take it home, and he's like, can I get a doggy bag? And now it's just like, can I get a to-go box, you know? But like, it was pretty frequent that they would just say a doggy bag back then. And she's like, oh, sure. And she goes to the, she takes this plate to the kitchen and comes back, and she's like, and also, I don't know if your furry kid would like some other stuff, but I found some scraps of some sirloin and some scraps of this from other plates, and I put them all in here just for you guys. And we realized that what she had done is she'd taken a bunch of other people's like meat leftovers from their plates and put them in the bag with my dad's food. And he just like looked down at the bag and like looked up at her and he's like, thanks. Because she thought that it was actually for a dog. And it wasn't. It was just my dad's leftovers. And she just mixed in a bunch of other people's food with it because she was trying to like earn brownie points with this non-existent dog. And he didn't even say anything because he didn't want to hurt her feelings. So he's just like, okay. And then just like took the bag. Very helpful. I know. What a nice lady. Yep. So like he basically just like went home. Like we just like left the restaurant and he like threw it away outside the restaurant. Because like we did not at that time. We had a dog later on. We did not at that time have a dog that to feed that to. Was a nice lady. Yes. Pet Chip. Chip is currently upstairs. My wife's upstairs, and there is some choice sunbeams up there. And he's up there right now. Alright, what are we at? 94. I need 6 pumpkins. God. Alright. Bah. There we go. Sunbeams are poisonous. Give me the glow of LCD monitors all day. She actually has like a window, like it's still got a screen on it, so he's not gonna like go outside, but she has a window open, so he's like getting some sun, getting some wind. He's like, yeah, I'm not showing up for work today. I got an appointment up here. Question for you, Muck and Chat. What profession / elite spec can give themselves the most amount of boons and keep them up? There's actually a ton of them now. In the past, that would not have been the case, but there's actually a ton of them now. Do you want a profession that can keep boons up and heal a group, or a profession that keeps boons up and does damage? Like, for example, the Reaper profession for Necro, while solo on its own and focused on doing damage, can give itself 25 might and quickness and do 25 vulnerability on the enemy. So it almost has every boon required for maximum damage in a raid, even while it's completely alone. So, you know, that's a ringer. But if you want just like every boon in the game, Heal Catalyst can do virtually every boon in the game, except Alacrity for its entire party. But it's, you know, focused on healing people. Not saying you carve pumpkins wrong, but if it was squad pumpkin carving, I'd put you in sub squad 3 to not waste boons. If I was in your squad, I would leave because the group leader thinks that boons help with pumpkin carving. Like, I don't need to be taking advice from some guy telling me that I need 25 stacks of might to carve the pumpkin. Pumpkin carving meta, yeah, there we go. Annual achievement done. There we go. Clawing shadow plate. Let's see. Medium. Got it. There we go. Now, I'm probably never gonna wear this. But it is done. Okay. Let's see. Want to leave now. Sully Mechanist, give every boon, including quickness and alacrity. To self. You're in the home stretch? Yup. Are there any more than Reaper for damage? Oh yeah, tons of them. Again though, it just depends on the... I would say more focus on what playstyle do you want, and you can absolutely get a ton of boons around that if you choose to do so. In your opinion, is Guardian healing symbols worth it? Yeah. Yeah, Guardian makes heavy use of symbols while healing. Quickness helps with pumpkin carving, so actually Quickness does, but all the other boons don't. But, I mean, dude, why would you join a group for pumpkin carving? That's just so not necessary. Yeah, quickness increases the speed of, like, all activities. Or nearly all activities. I guess a good way to put it is learning can be a commitment, but if you prep before going to the first one and watch Get to the Point vids and are ready, they're really not hard to get into. Are we talking about raids? Oh, yeah, dude. Like, watch the you can literally join a group for a raid, be on the way there, and watch the Get to the Point video on the way there, and you're gonna be fine. As long as you can already play your character. Like, I could teach you how to play your character, or give you, give you pointers on, like, hey, like, I may not know how to play Ellie at a high level, but I know people who do. I could point you to the right direction. So we could teach you how to play your character, or teach you how to do a boss fight. I don't think you should try to do both at the same time. So as long as you can play your character decently, we could teach you a boss fight, easy peasy. Most bosses of this game, you're only ever doing, like, 1 or 2 things at any given moment. Like, Kadim the Peerless is one of the most overwhelming ones to learn because there's like 11 things to learn, but at any given moment, you're only doing 1 thing. So once you learn them, it's not bad. Help Muck, I'm obsessed with Diviner Dragon Hunter. It's not optimal, but I love it. Did you know I mean, you said help. What do you need, like shock therapy? I don't know what to do for a Diviner Dragon Hunter. If you're gonna try Celestial Mechanist, I would suggest you use a spear. It's super powerful, a lot of fun. You're so behind, Muck. I'm watching 2 chats, Rajati. I'm doing my best.
I would not get stuck in there with the Mad King for an entire year.
Wait, what do you mean so behind? The message I read was from 12:34. That was less than 60 seconds ago. Mucky, you making me feel bad. I am not behind. Will you be doing Wing 8 when it comes out in a few weeks? Yes. Because I do not want to be like, oh yeah, I have guides for every, every raid boss with an asterisk. No, I don't want an asterisk there. I'm gonna get in those raids. I'm gonna get them done, at least on the standard difficulty, and then I'm going to make some guides for them. Get to the point, new raids. It's okay, we still love you. Thanks, Rajani. Let's see. I go for Selly, Deadeye, Pew Pew, build an open world, love it, with some healing critic, etc. How dare you not read chat the moment a new message pops up, right? Yeah, no, that's why we don't want any more viewers than this. Because, like, I won't be able to keep up with the chat. So, no, this is the exact amount, because I'm barely keeping up right now. Don't have access to story, still going through the story. An asterisk, the warrior from Gaul. No, not that one. It's just like, I currently have a guide for every legendary craft and every raid boss in the game. And I would like to keep it that way. So, if new legendaries, new raid bosses come out, you can count on me to make guides on those as fast as I can. Someone say something. Something! Something, Baldur, I see it! Hi, please explain each mechanic in the game in detail or I will be upset. Sure. There you go. Click that link and listen to every video in that playlist. There's 170 of them, I believe. Get to it. Which army makes your shield or pistol off here would be a good replacement? Do you have legendary armors for all classes? Yes. If yes, which armors did you make? PvP, World v World, Open World raids? Yes. So when I made my first set of legendary gear, I was doing raid. Okay, so raids, I'm gonna TLD. I'm gonna say this in a way that anyone here can understand it, just to keep everybody in the conversation. So in raids, like you kill a boss, you get a token. There's 25 bosses. So if you clear every raid, you can get 25 tokens per week. You need a bunch of tokens to make the legendary armor from raids. So if you join a group that clears all the raids on Monday night, then the other nights of the week, you can't progress raid legendary armor anymore. So I was in a group that was raiding one night a week. We weren't clearing every boss, but let's say I was getting 15 tokens a week. And on the other nights, I would PvP because I like doing that. And so I made like partial raid legendary armor and partial PvP legendary armor. I don't think I have any from World v World. I made Conflux, the legendary ring from World v World, but not any legendary armor from World v World. When Obsidian Armor came out, in order to make a guide on it for other people, I made a single piece of Obsidian Armor that I didn't even need, because I already had full Legi. So I made a single piece of Obsidian Armor just to make the guide. And I haven't used it since. But, yeah. So it's a mixture. It's a mixture. Yeah, some of the, like, for example, PvP Legis and Aurora and Vision, those are all Legis you can work on in your own time. So you could like do World v World with the boys or raid with the gals once a week, and then on the other days work on the Legis that are just like on your own time at your own pace. And so you could be working on multiple at the same time. I'm excited for the new raid next month. They're going in blind without static. Nice. Legendary for the function, not the style. There is one piece of... Okay, so when I already had full Legi, I found out about... One second. I'm waiting for him to load up. These gloves. Alright, hang on a sec. You see the gloves transform? I found out about these gloves, and I was like, wow, I really like those. I want those. So I already had PvP Legi gloves. I made these. These are the Raid Legi gloves. I made these specifically for the appearance. So that's the only piece that I did it because I thought it was just schmexy. The others were all about function. Like, you'll notice I'm not even displaying most of the Legi stuff. Like, I have my own fit that I like. The gloves, I'm displaying the legendary graphic, and I believe the boots I am. The rest is just other things I liked. So that's the only piece. So I think I've made 2 Legi gloves, and then I made, you know, 2 Legi boots because the obsidian. The rest is just one of each. PvP is for men and raids are for women. Got it. Oh my god. Cancel this muck. Sexist raids and player versus player. Oh my god. Chad also bullied Muck into getting the Dreamer for the fashion. That was a charity thing. I was trying to come up with stretch goals to make a charity event fun for chat, and so one of the stretch goals was that I would buy and bind the Dreamer to myself. And I already had the legendary shortbow Chuka and Champawad, so I didn't need the Dreamer. So binding it was basically just me wasting 2,000 gold. And that it was just meant to be something funny for chat, and that's what it was. We raised money for a charity. It was for a good cause, and then I bought the stupid unicorn bow. If you want more in-depth explanation on great solo builds with mini self boons, I'd recommend Lord Hyzen. I would as well. So Lord Hyzen on YouTube is another content creator I'm on good terms with. I like that guy's stuff. He is known for soloing things that should not have been soloable, you know? So he'll find a way like, oh, like this isn't good for group play, but if I play this build with this relic, with this birthday cake, I have every boon in the game. And then all of a sudden he's turned like a herald into a demigod or something like that, you know? So yeah, his stuff is really good if you're going around solo and you want to push the limits of what that can do. Stat-wise nothing, but you can swap stats on legendaries for free. Yeah, so legendaries, you can just right-click them and hit customize, and you can change to any stats in the game right here. There's also legendary relics and runes, and you can do the same thing right there. Lord Hyzen Untamed is pretty nuts. I use a version of it mostly. Jericho! Thank you for the Prime sub. Chat, the Prime subs are a huge help. Thank you very much, Jericho. Appreciate it. You remember him crashing the story by killing the boss who shouldn't? Yeah. There was, what was it? Like, when you get... Was it Ceres? In the early part of Janthier, when you get Ceres down to, like, half health, he is supposed to like stop the fight and start talking to you and then like one-shot kill you. And he one-shot Ceres. He did some BS with Blade Sword, like, ooh, a billion damage. And then he just one-shot him and the whole instance broke. And you're not supposed to be able to do that. Yeah, I remember him sharing the footage of that. So it's basically like at 50% a trigger was supposed to happen, but he took the boss from like 55 to dead in one hit, so it didn't work. And he had to, it was funny because it actually bit him in the backside. He had to redo the whole instance. How many legendary runes? 7 total. So there's 6 runes here, and then 1 for your rebreather if you wish to do that. A reminder to any new players, if you go underwater, your rebreather replaces your hat. So you want the same rune that's here also on your rebreather, so that when you go underwater, you keep your set bonus. Unless you just don't care. Unless you don't care. Surprised they didn't have any kind of failsafe for Eisen breaking the game. I mean, I've seen patches that they've done. As for example, when the Silent Surf Fractal came out, when he soloed it, there's a move where the boss does a huge circle and then it one-shot kills the whole room, unless you do some stuff that requires multiple people. So Heisen found a way to like use a grappling hook and go to this other location outside of the boss arena, wait for the explosion to go off, and then swing back into the boss arena. And like a week or two later, that spot you could grappling hook to was gone. They were like, okay, all right, we missed that. All right. So there's been patches changing things as a result of his gimmicks. But there's been other times he's done stuff that they were just like, yeah, okay, if you really want to fight Kanang Overlook for 45 minutes, go for it. Because Kanang Overlook, you know, is a strike mission, but it doesn't have an enrage timer, so you can do that if you want. Jen says, I PTSD regret for not getting the Leggy runes prior to Relics. I made videos on it! I tried to warn people! Now I have to do Relic Leggy the long way. Yeah, it's a very long way. Heisen is built different. He has some amazing builds, though. Yeah. He just has different drives, and honestly, I think it's awesome. He actually showed me some other stuff. He's been playing... Hold on a sec. Let me see if I can find it. He sent me a picture of him in Throne and Liberty, and he's like, check this out. And I haven't played Throne and Liberty, so I didn't know what this was. But... hang on a second. Alright. So this is apparently, like, some kind of server-wide challenge. Where you try to do something in the fastest time, and he's #1 for takers and retrievers, and he's also #1 on the server for Shield of Stalwart Cooperation. I don't know what these are, but he's literally #1 in 2 different challenges on the entire server in Throne and Liberty. So he really enjoys just going into something that's solo and challenging and pushing himself and finding creative builds and ways to do it. And I respect it. I ain't gonna do that, but I respect it. I like seeing it. 45-minute K-Neg is just an average pug experience. Oh, Captain Crapface, what's up? I was talking about you earlier. Captain Crapface, we had someone in chat earlier ask me, did the nerf to spear on Warrior hurt Spellbreaker more than other warriors? And I was like, I don't know. I'm not Captain Crapface. I'll ask him next time I see him. So if you want to give me a thesis on that, I'm giving you an opportunity. If not, that's fine. Voss says Rising Reap. I can't do Twitch DM you have them blocked. Oh, there we go. I had a break from Guild Wars 2 at the time. Feels pretty bad. Muck, did you look into the About the Person soloing Sam? Samarog? No. I have not seen that. Guild Wars 2 solo Samarog. World first Samarog solo 4 days ago. We've encountered an error. Refresh? Okay, there we go. Oh god, what on earth? Okay, hang on a sec. Alright, so I know the Samarog fight. Alright, hold on. If I just watch the video, will I be able to see what it does? It's a 2.5 hour video! Oh my god. Alright. Alright, the main thing I want to figure out. Okay, here's the main thing. At 10 percentages, at 90, 80, 70, 60, etc., he will leap on a player and stun them, and someone else has to CC him. Does that not happen when you're alone? Like, if you're alone, does he not do that? Wait. Oh my god, the gift from Scarlet? Okay, I see what he did. That's clever. That's clever. Okay, chat. There is a thing in the story where Scarlet sends you a box in the mail. And I remember when I got it, I jokingly was like, is this a freaking bomb? Because she's a terrorist. And you click it and it's a bomb and it downstates you. So what he's doing is it like right before the 90% marker, he uses the bomb mail and downstates himself so the boss can't downstate him. And then while downstate pushes the boss to down to 90%, 80%, 70%, and then he revives himself afterward. That is clever. That is clever. And the thing is, in the story, you have one of these. So this means he replayed that section of the story. Every single one of these presents is him having replayed a chapter. That is commitment. If he tried this and wiped, he has to go replay those chapters of the story many times to get these presents back. You can farm it in Genderen. Can you? Okay. Slight correction there. I thought you had to replay that chapter to get it. Okay, didn't know that. That's still really freaking clever. Okay, what did he say about this? As much toughness and vitality as possible, as I needed that much damage reduction to health to survive downstate, which I get into by skipping Samurag's break bar. I decided to use double mace as this weapon gives me great sustain by dealing great damage. Second weapon set is longbow to Rigum push. My pet choices are White Tiger, I need the block to survive downstate, and Turtle to gain as much prot during downstate as I can. The way of dealing with the breakbar mechanic, which should not be possible solo, was Gift from Scarlet, which upon use puts your character into downstate. When timed properly, you skip Samurag's breakbar using this item. The only problem is that I need to get up from downstate, which is very tricky when Samurag is enraged. This is the main reason I had to use the most tanky build I could find, keeping my pet for an extra 25% damage reduction during downstate, using White Tiger's F2 to block one hit, and timing Bandage so it doesn't get instantly interrupted by Aura Tick before my downstate 3 comes off cooldown is important for success. For split phase, I try to kill Rigum ASAP, so I could deal damage to him before he gets to 99 stacks, as at that point, I need to deal 10 million damage to him with a full tank build. Once Rigum gets to 99 stacks, I get him to 1%, push him into Samurag, and immobilize with Entangle. During the split phase, I need to be careful with sidestepping Gul'dam's attacks, as with 99 stacks, as well as Fight and Rage, he does 15 times more damage, unless it scales a different way, I'm not really sure. I also need to be careful with avoiding stun attack from Gul'dam, as getting hit by it can cause me to die. For this, however, I can use White Tiger's F2 to block his next attack and heal up, or protect me to stun break. Once I can do these, I just need to slowly kill Gul'dam. As Rigum is the only one alive, there's pretty much nothing important to do, so I've run around and clear some spears. Okay, so for people who haven't done this fight, there's these two guys that show up, Gul'dam and Rigum. And one of them, you need to push him into the boss, like pin the tail on the donkey, and then immobilize him there. And then the other guy is attackable. And so you got to kill the other guy, then kill the guy you knocked into the boss, and then kill the boss. So this is basically him talking about how much of a pain that was when he was doing it solo. Second split phase, start pulling spears into Samurag, which was the first time I got to this point, so I didn't have any strategy prepared, but just making sure not to be in the way is fine. In the worst case, I just dodge. However, as this was my first time getting this far, I did not want to throw away 2 hours of progress. I had to be very careful with breakbar phases during last phase, as getting hit by a spear while pulled down downstate would probably kill the run. Last phase of Samurag also introduces the bonk attack, which I didn't even know the actual name of, which makes downstate part completely free, as Samurag is so close to you that the attack doesn't hit you, meaning that you have a few extra seconds of Samurag not dealing damage to you. I think this is everything I have to say on the kill. Thanks very much everyone who read this monstrosity of words. Make sure to check the video. My Twitch channel where I do more solo bosses in the future, finally the 2 hours to 23-minute log that was close to not being generated. That is awesome. That is awesome. That, like, when I played World of Warcraft, I tried crap like this too when Death Knights came out, because, you know, Death Knights were stupid OP at soloing big things. I was, like, going back and, like, trying to fight raid bosses and stuff like that. And at the time, you know, it was very much, like, you know, an hour per boss kill and stuff like that. So Oh man, I'm not interested in doing this kind of stuff anymore, but man, that is impressive. Using the presence to skip the break bar is clever. That is very clever. Props to that guy. That's cool. That is cool. Let's see. It's like 20 hours to solo Matthias. Oh, is that all? Let's see. Going back to the Spellbreaker and Spear discussion. Spellbreaker depended on a lot of resetting F1 with F2, which gives a massive uptime of evasion. With evasion being removed from Harrier Toss, there's no reason to play Spear on Spellbreaker anymore. Sadly, there's no reason for using Spear anymore on other Warrior specs either. Spear is now basically a downgrade to any two-handed weapon Warrior has. No! Sad times. I remember when I made the Spear showcase video for Guild Wars 2, Harrier Toss was specifically the skill that I tried to show the most because I thought it looked cool. Like, I kept, like, getting sand sharks angry at me and trying to, like, dodge a shark with Harrier Toss and hit it at the same time. And when I finally got footage of it, I was like, yeah! And then they took away that ability. Isn't Hunter used a lot in WoW to solo hard content? These days, I don't know. I stopped playing it when I had a kid, and that was, like, a decade ago. But when I played it, there were many classes that could solo big things, but Death Knight was the best at it, just because it had really high armor and really high healing. So it could chip its way through almost anything. Good afternoon, Mugga Chad. Hello, Arcadia. All Spellbreaker have reverted to pre-Soto builds. Gotcha. So they're still OP. They're just not Spear OP now. Now do it nude. There is a video of a raid killing Gorseval, and the whole raid is basically naked. Which I think goes to show how much power creep we have, if that's possible. I don't think that should be possible, but that's the thing. Way back when, a guy named Ragewind did soloing with Death Knight and Wrath. Yeah, I remember those. I copied a couple of his strats for a few bosses. Hi guys, hi Mug. I need 20 more Blackline statuettes for the outfit I need right now. Is there something you can recommend to buy in a bundle, or just keys are okay? The main way you get statuettes is keys that I know of. Beyond that, you can double check the wiki before you make any purchases. He's like, I need it right now. Like, immediately. Okay. Alright. Let's take a look here. Where's Mistlock? Gambit time? Yeah. Oh, hang on a sec. There we go. Alright. Where is the... So you got Microsoft Word, Bloodshed module template. This is the template that I completely ruined. Okay. Just a second here. All right, so the next thing I was going to do today was work on a guide for the next Bloodshed module. Unfortunately, I accidentally saved over my template, so I have to fix this. Let's see. Tyrion QOL showcase. Let's see. Module name. Showcase. All right, and we're gonna take this and that, and what does it do? We can just get rid of that section. To use this module, you need to download Blishheim. This is the same in every video. Scroll down to module name, or search module name in the box at the top. And click install on module name. Install. Go module, click open settings. Okay. Alright, so everything after that is dependent on the module itself. Let's see. Okay, delete all that. Alright, save game. Okay, so... what was the next add-on that I was going to explore and make a guide for? Let me check the Bloodshed Discord, because I talked with him about this. Use live. Module. Module page is blanked. What was it the Pintos made? Is it item search? Hold on a second. Open up the Bloodshed module page. Okay, so these are all the Bloodshed modules here. I think it might do an item search. Yeah, this was made by Pintos. Okay, so yeah, this one didn't have any description at all. So whatever I make for it's going to be all it has. Okay. Alright, item search I've used before. I don't know that it has anything too crazy. Let's see. Checking chat. Windshark says, Muck, have you ever played Wayfinder? I have not, no. Not Riven. So, Muck, having worked in tech support, when you need tech support, how do you approach presenting a problem when dealing with a non-helpful and rude tech support? Hello, thank you. How do you deal with, presenting a problem when dealing with non-helpful and rude tech support? Hey, if you're first off, I'll say if you're talking to someone that's acting like an a-hole, you can't just always fix that. I will say typically when I talk with anyone in the service industry, like tech support or like some guy at McDonald's or something like that, I just assume that they're always having a bad day. And I go in there and I'm just like, I'm polite and I just like keep my tone neutral. And like, I don't want to be someone that makes their day worse, right? Like, you know, I'll just be in there and I'm like, hey, you know, can I please get a cheeseburger and this and da-da-da-da-da-da. Thank you. You know, just basic manners. Like that's how I go through life. And you know, it doesn't always work, but it often makes things fun. Like even if there's a problem, I try to be very neutral about it. Now, if they're being like just super unhelpful, like they're trying to get me off the phone and my problem's not resolved yet, I might be like, yeah, you might have to press harder than that, you know? Like, you know, look, this has not solved my problem. I need to escalate this. Can I talk to someone in tier 2? You know, you might have to push, but I find it very rare that I have to do that. But yeah, there is time to times. Like, there's times, like, for example, like the reason that tier 1 tech support exists in companies is because it solves 90% of their phone calls. Like, turn it off and on again fixes a lot of stuff. So when you call in to AT&T or whatever and you're like, hey, my internet's down, and they ask you stupid questions, it's because the stupid questions usually solve their calls. And you have to go, and it's annoying sometimes because like I might call in and I'll be like, look, I have already tried all of this. I also know that I know more than everything that you have on your script to ask me. Can we please just go straight to tier 2? But that's not always an option. You can't just like call up and say I'm smarter than you. Let's go to tier 2 right now. Yeah, it's like no, they're tier 2. Like you have to prove that you can earn tier 2. So you have to like go through their script of stuff. And that just happens sometimes. That's just how it is. Asking because you know how just curious the way you approach that. It's rare I encounter rude customers, but I throw them ChatGPT now. Let ChatGPT come up with a response to these people. You're really good at making an entertaining stream. I try. Not says, yeah, thinking of how going through the experience changes your way of tackling the situations. I'm the unofficial tech support at the retail store I work at. While the manager calls the real tech support, I've already tried all the basic solutions. Yeah. Yeah, and again, I don't hold it against them. I mean, shoot, I've had times where I had like a lapse in judgment and I try like a whole bunch of overly complicated things to fix something, and then I realize it was something stupid. You know, and I think we've all been there at some point. You know, I'm like, oh my god, if I forgot to check this one tier 1 thing. Red Monk says, Muck, do you remember when I asked you and you said player housing was unlikely to happen before Jane 3 Wilds was announced? Well, I remembered. I'm here to rub it in your face. No, I don't remember that, but that's fine. You know what? If I was wrong and then player housing is now exists and people are happy, that's great. I'm glad. If I said that, I'm glad to have been wrong about that. I'm glad to have been wrong about that. It's kind of like how, like, you know what? I'll say another one. I don't think they will ever make another class to the game or another playable race. But you know what? If I'm wrong about it, I will be cheering right alongside the rest of you. You guys will be like, Muck, you were wrong, you idiot. I'll be like, I know, isn't it great? Woo! Yeah, dude, I'm going to be happy too. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Wow. My wife brought me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I mean, say this is a new file. Look at me showing my files. I'm so dangerous.
Let's rock.
Was it item finder? What was it? Item search, not item finder. There we go. That'll be the start of that. Did you cover the news already? I didn't know there was news. I'm like, there is a game I've been looking forward to playing myself. I just realized it'd be a good game for Halloween for you. Dark RPG called Thaumaturge. Has good reviews. I'll have to take a look at that. Or you can put it on the game recommendation list. I'm definitely not familiar with that one. What counts as participating in World v. World? Doing damage to the enemy, healing an ally who's in combat with an enemy, giving boons to an ally who's in combat with an enemy, things like that. Some people follow scripts to a T, sometimes because that's how they were taught or too scared to deviate. I had to deal with that once too. I turned it off, on, disconnected, reconnected, refreshed everything. Please don't say those things. Support. Okay, so if you try to turn off and on again, did you disconnect, reconnect, have you refreshed? Yeah, it happens. The thing is, some of the people in Tier 1, and don't hold this against them, all they know is they don't know what DHCP is, right? Or a DNS is. But they know, ask this question. If they give this answer, I go to this next step. And then once they've exhausted all that, if it doesn't fix the problem, then they escalate it to Billy above them who knows how the magic works. Fine. That's it. Some of them might know, like, what that is, and some of them might know what DNS is, and some of them might not understand why they're asking about that, but they just know, I'm supposed to ask this, write this down, and keep going. Do you think shared inventory slots are going on sale soon? We're coming up on Thanksgiving and Black Friday, so there will probably be a big sale around that time of a bunch of stuff, but I don't know exactly what. Thaumaturge is apparently on your recommended list with 5 votes. Cool. Then it's there forever until I play it. I think the next scary game, simply because I don't have to buy it, and I was sent this by the company, is going to be this thing. This was sent to me the other day, so shout out to them for sending me a free copy. I'll probably start this tomorrow for the people who like the scary stuff. I had a supporter saying that my TV wasn't working because the HDMI cable wasn't the original one. She wouldn't let it go. Yeah, there are sometimes that they will be like, oh, hey, this isn't working because of this, your router is not our router, or your modem's not our modem, or your cable's not good. And there's sometimes that you have to just, like, even though you know that's not the issue, you have to swap it out with another component just so you could be like, look, I swapped it out. I'm now using this. It's not that. What's the next thing to check? Just to prove to them that it's not that, to get them to move on. And yeah, that sometimes they get fixated on the script. That is true. I didn't hear good things about that one. Well, we'll see. But you have to be quiet in that game. Yeah, I think that game uses your microphone and will try to, like, the monsters try to find you based on the noises you make in real life, which I've never played a game like that. If that is the case, then I'm sure when my kid comes in to tell me goodnight that it's going to get me killed in the game. Because that happens every time during the evening stream. That sounds bad for streaming. Yeah, imagine the monster looking for you and you're in a cabinet. You're like, thank you for the tier 2 subscription, Billy Butts. Really appreciate that. Monster's like, I found you, stupid. For anyone just tuning in, I'm just talking to chat and having a sandwich right now, having my lunch, and then I'm going to continue. So Copper when Muck needs to be quiet. Yeah, there was a clip, let me see if I can find it. There was a clip that was going around that was really funny.
Guys,
of a
look
guy
at me, I'm so curvy!
That was streaming, and he was playing one of those games and got jump scared by a sound effect in chat. God, it was really good. Let me see if I can find it in a timely manner. Oh, I found it. All right. Hang on a sec. Okay. So here's an example of what I think is going to happen. All right.
You're blind.
So for anyone who doesn't know, the fart sound effect was his chat. but it scared him, and he fired the gun, and that set off the monster. That's basically going to be me playing Quiet Place, I think. Because I've given way too many of you sound effects. Way too many of you. Monk, is the heal druid build and DPS build that you shared on YouTube still viable? Thinking about using druid for healing and for DPS. Yeah. Yeah, they both work. I will say, if you're following the heal druid guide I made some years ago, the main thing that has changed since then is how they provide alacrity. Alacrity used to be provided by spirits. Now it is provided by doing astral moves. So that changes it slightly, but all the other tips and tricks in that video are still relevant. What's your favorite heavy armor elite spec? None of my mains are heavy armor, but if I had to pick one, Firebrand is OP, so maybe that one. I would say for Warrior, it's Spellbreaker. For Guardian, it's probably Firebrand. For Revenant, maybe Herald, but that's very much kind of eh. I don't really love any of them. Revenant's just not my thing. Following the YouTube video that you shared doing through all the builds. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's still viable. Spellbreaker's the best. I use it in PvP and I have 11 CC skills. Dude, it's ridiculous. When a Spellbreaker gets on you in PvP, unless you have 17 stun breaks, like he's basically uninstalling Windows on your computer. You can't do anything. Have you ever thought of collabing with other Guild Wars 2 content creators who co-op stuff like Raze? I've done some. Scheduling is a big part of it. I stream every single day, right? Because I love what I do. I'm hooked on what I do. I stream every single day. So if they cannot do something in my time slot, it's very difficult. And for example, I used to raid Loranity at the end of my morning streams at least once every single week. However, she hasn't been on time in 5 weeks. So I haven't gotten to raid her in over a month. I check every day, but her schedule said that she starts at 2. I end at 2. I haven't seen her in a month. I tried to. Still, like, love her to bits, but I haven't been able to do so. Haven't been able to do so. As far as other content creators, like, I've done tons of collabs. Like, I actually have on the main channel, I actually have a collab playlist. Hang on here. These are like larger projects, but these are collaborations I did with a bunch of other creators that I've been on. I'll throw this in the chat if anybody's interested in this stuff. But as far as like just random stuff, like for example, tomorrow night I'm hoping to be doing Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes with Erolozen, who's another streamer. But am I okay with doing collabs and stuff with other people? Yeah, sure. But as long as it's something where we think it's improved, like. Not something where it's just like collabing for the sake of collabing, but collabing where we think it'd be fun or the final product would be good. I think the last time I did something with like Laura and Noxxi and a few of them was we were playing Vermintide. We played Vermintide every Monday for a few months. That was a lot of fun. I think they got tired of it, but I really enjoyed it for while we were doing that. Beyond that, it would just depend on what's going on. Like, if you take someone like Teapot, Teapot's often just, has his nose down in his own projects, and I've got my nose down in my own projects. So it depends on what it would be. Collab in Among Us? Oh my god. I really have no interest in playing Among Us. Connor con Carne Legendary Grind collab. I don't know what you just said to me. Have you done all the specialization collections? No. I do have full Legendary, though. Bring stability and ask the Spellbreaker if he cares. They don't care. Be sure to mention her timekeeping to her later. I'll remind you guys that you guys named my pets in this game. And, this is the turtle. This was y'all, not me. So that is still a thing. Connor Concarne is a Guild Wars 2 streamer. Yeah, but why would I be doing a legendary grind? I already have it. Am I just supposed to give him money? Turn that back on. No need, I'll take the whole thing. Oh, okay. But yeah, I've not done all the specialization collections because at this point I don't need the equipment. It's just a, do I want that visual effect? If I want the visual effect of something, then yeah, I'll do the collection. Like the engineer one that's like a, or the scrapper one that's a giant wrench I thought was really cool, so I did that one. Some of the others I just didn't care about though. Going through what it takes, talking efficiency. He's doing the grind now for EU. Already has it on NA. Gotcha. Honestly, like I would say if he wants my input on like how to make something obscure like Vision, watch the Vision guide. Because like, for example, if he asks me some detailed question like, oh, what do I do for this step of Vision? It's been so long since I did Vision, I don't remember. I would be like, check the video. You're gonna have to ask past Mukluk. I don't remember. Jen says you played Subnautica on a single vote, time to toss Below Zero into that lineup. I played Below Zero. So again, I played Subnautica and Below Zero before that recommendation website ever was a thing. Are they... Hang on a sec. Let's see. Do I have those recorded? Yes, Subnautica and Below Zero are both on Mukluk Plays if you want to watch them. Yep, they are there. For your binging pleasure, anytime you want. Subnautica, when I was playing Subnautica, that was actually, I think Gabe was like 6. He was sitting in my lap while I was playing it, and that was when we named the community the Bone Zone. And that was because he said that during an episode. We were in Subnautica, all of the zones in the game are called like the tropical zone, the Arctic zone, things like that. And there was a zone that was like a giant graveyard of leviathans, and there was like rib cages sticking up into the water. And he's like, Daddy, I bet this place is called the Bone Zone. And friggin' chat lost their minds. And that stuck around for a few years. Hey Muck, can you recommend any guides about raids? I mean, I'm obviously going to recommend my own. That right there is a link to my website, Mukluk Labs. And on there is, let's see, opens up raid guides. And there's my Twitch. It's right there at the top. You can just close that if you don't want it. There's an introduction to raiding. And there is every wing. And you can click on whatever boss you're at. And there's a short guide on how to do it. That's it. Yeah, definitely. If you've never raided before, watch the intro to raiding first, and then just whatever video for whatever boss you need. Will you play Subnautica 2? Absolutely. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Subnautica games. I'm definitely going to play Subnautica 2, for sure. Yep. Yeah, you guys don't even need to vote on that one. I'm going to do that one. Okay. So, let's make a little bit of progress on this project, and then hopefully I finish it tonight. Alright. Item Search Showcase. Alright, and let's just overlay. Let's do that. Item search module. Let's see. Replace module name with item search or search item search in the box. Install the thing. And that. Sort of bloodshot. And replace it here. Okay. Alright, so item search. This one I've used before, chat. This is what it does. Let's say you're looking for something on your account and you can't find it. Oh, wait, what's going on? Guild Wars 2 API unavailable, reload this module. Okay. Manage modules. Let's see, item search. Disable. Enable. Never seen that before. Let's see if this fixes it. Okay. Alright. So, let's say I'm like, where's my Mystic Coins? Mystic Coin. This searches my whole account for Mystic Coins. and it says you have this many in the bank and this many in your material storage. Okay, what if I search for the word ecto? Here's how many ectoplasms I have on every character I have, and my bank and my mat storage. So this tells you anything that you've lost, it tells you you can use this to search your account to find it. So, like if I search Otter, you know, MuklukTwitch has an Otter Blessing Enrichment in his bag. So that's it. That's what item work. Item does. And I guess these are just like past searches. So, actually, wait, what? Why are those there? Oh, because I hit the heart, I guess. So let's see, ectoplasm, and then hit the heart, and that just like bookmarks it. Bookmarks it. Okay. All right. So, what's the hat? That is Wizard's hat. It is sometimes in the gem store, like $1 or a few gold. Let's grab all of these. Okay, wait, hold on. What is this? You're amazing. Thank you. I think that guy won a giveaway. Made a bell for us. Mike, I just wanted you to know I made a haunted bell in the Bone Zone Guild Hall next to the farming nodes, and that it works on the daily for our members. I may never catch your streams, but I love your YouTube videos. Wait, what? The Bone Zone Guild Hall? Huh? Hold on. What did he make? One sec. I'm gonna go look up a haunted bell. Different from Halloween vendor hat. The Halloween vendor hat is witch's hat, and it looks like the wizard's hat, but it was washed with starch. Oh, got it. Okay. I got an achievement for that. Cool. Alright, neat. Let's see. Right on. Thank you. Alright. And what is this? Enjoy. 50 mystic coins for the giveaway vault. Thank you. Alright, so I need to go put those in the giveaway vault. Couldn't decide. Don't need a gold, don't need a bow. Please use for giveaway or keep. Thank you. Alright, new items to the giveaway vault, chat. By the way, legendary giveaway later tonight. We had someone donate a legendary spear to the giveaway vault, so that's going to be the grand prize tonight. So look forward to that. How's the RAM and usage with Belish on? It's pretty freaking minor. Hold on a second. I'll pull it up. Alright. So here's what's running on my computer right now. OBS is my streaming software. That's always a bit intensive. Bloodshed right now is using 0.7% CPU and 1.8% GPU at this time. So that's what it's like for me. Now, I imagine it could possibly get more intensive if you turned on like 50 modules. I've maybe got like 5 on right now. Is Ranger so popular? I don't know that it's more popular than any other class, but it's one that I really enjoy playing. It's my personal favorite. Let's see. Put these in here. Have you seen the Nexus mod? I have. So here's what I know about the Nexus mod. When the Nexus mod came out, I asked, so I'm not a programmer. So I asked some people I trust that can do coding, and I said, can you take a look at this and tell me if you think it's safe? And they looked at it, and they were like, this is setting off every single alarm we have. And I was just like, and they're like, yeah, it's, this is pretty invasive. I don't recommend this. And I got that response from everyone I asked about it. And I was like, okay, I got too much to risk. I'm not going to touch it, you know? If I make a video on something, I'm basically staking my reputation on that. And I'm not going to do that. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's a false alarm. But right now, at this time, I ain't touching that. Did Laura scan it? No, I didn't talk to Laura about it, no. I didn't talk to Laura about it. But basically, it injects directly into the game, so it's more invasive than Bloodshed, which is just an overlay over the game. And so it gets on in there into your files. And so maybe it's safe and I'm overreacting, but based on what I know, I'm not touching that. Maybe that'll change in the future. Are you tired of giving out breakdancing emotes in the giveaway mug? No! Everybody loves the breakdance. Dude, people don't even want legendary spears. They want breakdancing. The people yearn to breakdance. Let's see. Better safe than sorry. That's how I feel about it. Let's see. Blish crashes me. Blish crashes you? If you're interested in troubleshooting that, I would absolutely go to their Discord. They're super nice, and you can ask them for help trying to figure out what's going on. But if you don't want to deal with that, then, you know, so be it. Mug seems to have issues with buffering a lot for me, more than any other streamer for some reason. Really? I'm sorry to hear that. I will say, you know, I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube both, so if you ever are having trouble on one, you can use the other just fine. Don't know why you're having that issue, though. Put on your wizard hat? Muck, you're in for IRL breakdancing? I would need a lot of practice, because I don't have it. There we go. This is the month of breakdancing and bad financial decisions. I'll remind you later, but 2 more breakdancing lessons for the giveaway. Okay, Charmon. I get graphics drivers errors, crashes whenever I run Blish this second. I turn it off, it goes away. Really? Interesting. Not only you, also micro buffering for me today. Normally don't have that issue. What came first, the game wizard or the real wizard hat? The game wizard hat. I was using the hat in game for a long time, and someone, some of my mods sent me some wizard hats in the mail. I believe this one was actually part of a Gandalf costume. Don't forget your astral acclaim. I always forget my astral acclaim. There we go. Network error. Click too quick. All right. Can't watch the YouTube stream. I don't have EV emotes over there. Google Chrome is having issues with Twitch at this time, and Firefox not having issues at all. Mug, do you still like Catalyst? How do you like Catalyst? Or your favorite? I just finished playing a few hours of Heal Kata, and I'll say it's a lot better than it was before. It's actually something I would recommend to people if they wanted to play it. It's not going to be my new main, but... Alright. Let's see, where were we? Alright. Hey gamers, Mukluk here. This is a showcase video for Bloodshot Overlay Item Search Module. What does it do? The Item Search Module does pretty much what it sounds like. It helps you search for items you have misplaced. For example, if I type in Ecto, I can immediately see where all the ectos on my account are. Let's see, ectoplasms on my account are. How many are in the bank, how many are in material storage, and how many are on each of my characters. Let's see. This is very useful for any time you are looking for something you have misplaced. You can type it into item search and immediately know exactly where it is. Okay. How to set it up. Alright, so this is mostly the same for each module. To use this module, you will first need to set up Blish HUD. We have a guide for that. I will link in the description down below. The setup only has to be done one time and allows you quick access to the many modules within it. After setting up Blish HUD, open Guild Wars 2 and Blish HUD at the same time. If you run GW2 as an admin, you will need to run Blish HUD as an admin as well. Once it is visible on the bar at the top, click the Blish icon, click the gear on the left-hand side. If it isn't already selected, select Module Reboot. Okay, so let's try this out. So if I go to Blish, and I disable this module and delete it. Okay. Go to module repo. Scroll down to item search. Okay. Or type in item search at the top. Hit install. Restart Bloodshot. Law Fairy says, can someone explain what's new with Catalyst? Catalyst got a trait where they can gain energy while their spheres are active on the field, which makes the, how difficult it is, it makes it significantly easier to play heal quick Kata or DPS quick Kata, if you wish to. How can I get into the legendary giveaway? It will be during the evening stream tonight, so it will be later tonight when I come back for the second stream of the day. But you just be here. Basically, anyone who is a follower who is watching on Twitch or a subscriber who's watching on YouTube can enter the giveaway. And if it's virtual items, I do give extra luck to people who are supporters of the stream, but that part's not required. Muck, are you on Blue Sky? No. 6 says, hi Muck, I'm a returning player to yours too. I used to play Power DPS Dragon Hunter, but now I feel like my build is useless in higher rates than Fractals. Do you have recommendations for easy to play high DPS builds that I could ease into? I prefer heavy armor characters if possible. I mean, Dragon Hunter is still fine. But if you want a different one, easy to play high DPS heavy armor. Alright, Willbender. You could do Burn Brand for, you know, Firebrand, but focused on Condi. Vindicator is very easy. That's a Revenant. Warrior Berserker is easy in the, like, it's easy in the way if I said just press this button nonstop forever. That's really easy to learn. You know, it might hurt your hand after a while. Berserker's kind of like that, but very straightforward. 30k DPS. Yeah, there's a Guardian build that's with Hammer that can do almost 30k DPS just by auto-attacking. And if you press buttons, it's even more than that. Power Vindy. Yeah, Vindy I mentioned. Herald, yeah, also good. Thank you. I was considering Firebrand, to be honest, so I might go ahead with that. Firebrand has a ton of utility, and I love playing a DPS that also has some tricks in their back pocket. So if you like the sound of that, it does have some stuff to fall back on. Who says I buffer a lot right now because I'm on mobile network, but I think your streaming resolution is what's causing some buffering, and then there is the browser issues with Chrome-based and Mozilla-based browser. What's the Hammer Guardian build? I did a video on it recently. Give me a moment. Just a minute here, What Discord channel would be the best to post a screenshot? Are you trying to DM me a screenshot? Or are you trying to, like, put it in a whole channel? Here we go. AFK 30k DPS Guardian. Alright. Either? I mean, you can just click me on the sidebar and just DM me the picture if you want. Okay, so we... Do we enable item search? Okay, so we've installed item search. Then we hit enable module. Loading. And it needs API permissions. All right. And what do we have here to work with? There's a cog. There's open the directory. Requires Blish HUD. Account, inventories, characters, trading posts, unlock sealed banks. Toggle search window. Shortcut to toggle visibility of the search window. Okay, so let's put like a bracket. There we go. Okay, so you can hotkey that. That's pretty cool. Corner icon position. Oh, that's this thing up here. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the script here for a second. Let's move the... Ooh, not what I meant to do. This over here. All right. Okay. To install, click manage modules below the repo. Scroll down to item search and click enable module. Okay, so we're like right here. While in this window, we can customize a few settings. Toggle search window allows you to set a hotkey to open and close the item search window if you wish to do so. Corner icon position allows you a few options of where the icon is located. Clicking this icon also opens the item search window. If you don't want the icon at all and only wish to use a hotkey, then you can disable the icon here as well. Okay. Default stack grouping. How stacks are grouped by default. You can change it for each individual search under the Gears menu. By location, stacks are displayed as they are in the game. By location merge, stacks are grouped based on where they are in the game. Stacks of the same item are grouped together. Okay. So hang on, let me see something here. So what if I search Mystic Coin? All right. So these are all separate stacks. What if I change this to by location merged? Does that change it? Oh, look at that. Okay. And then what if I just do merged? Okay. All right. So interesting. All right. So next feature, default stack grouping changes how information is displayed. By location will show you stacks of items exactly as they are in the game. For example, if you have... Actually, I don't need to give an example. I'll just show it. All right, the next one, by location merged. By location merged still shows you where each stack, where the items are from, but just shows all items of the same type in a pile in one merged stack. This one here seems dumb because it doesn't even say, like, you know, in the bank or something. Merged simply shows you how many of that item you have on your account without showing its location. I prefer to use one of the first two options myself. Okay. Hover over the single stack. Okay. Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay. Count. If you then hover your mouse over the stack, it will list their locations. So what if I did ectoplasm and do merged, and if I do this, so it does that. Okay, all right, cool. All right, next up, auto-focus search box. When the search window is opened, automatically focus the search box. If the active tab is a save tab, the active tab will be switched to the search on the Windows tab is open. Okay, so if I do autofocus search box, I do this and then blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. Autofocus search box automatically puts the cursor into the search field when the search window is opened, allowing you to start typing immediately. I like having this on. This includes most equipment for Legendary Armory, includes account-bound Legendary Armor, weapons, and career. Wait, what? Legend Armory? Why would it show Legendary Armory? I wonder if that's a legacy setting. So, like, I have Ardent Glorious Cap. So what if I go in here and type in Ardent? Okay, now what if I do hide this? Okay. Let's see. Hide account bound legendary equipment. Will hide legendary gear that is bound to you from your searches. So you, if you are searching for a legendary that you crafted with the intent to sell, it isn't mixed up with others that are bound to you in the search box. I guess. Hide equipped bags. Hide inventory bags equipped on characters from search results. Okay, so where's an inventory bag that I have? Courier's saddlebag. All right, so if I search courier, there's courier saddlebag. If I do hide bags and search again, it unchecks it. All right, hide equipped bags will show or hide bags that you have equipped from search results. Okay, API refresh interval. Okay, we'll need to talk about the API at some point in here. Has he said anything new about the PvP balance changes? I don't know about the PvP balance changes. Is there patch notes to cover? If so, shoot me a link. I'll take a look. Does this have the ability to search via filter, such as want to find all my ascended hammers types of thing? I'm not sure. Ascended? Ascended salvage kit. Legendary? No, it's just using words that are in the title, I believe. Actually, though, hold on. There are filters here. Items. You said hammers? Weapons. Yeah, you can. There's filters right here. 3 characters minimum, though. So you can narrow it down greatly with this. Patch notes. Thank you. This is a pretty short set of patch notes. I'm not sure if this is worth a video. Let's see, what do we got? Updated the Secrets of the Obscure Expedition contract to correctly give the currencies for Skywatch Archipelago and Amnitas. Clarified the requirement text for the Homestead Trick-or-Treating Halloween achievements. Be sure to visit each other's homesteads to celebrate. Fixed an issue that prevented mount races in the Mad King's Raceway from progressing real-time achievements in their adventure version. Elemental Refreshment fixed an issue that caused this trait to grant less barrier than intended in PvE. Frozen Burst fixed an issue that could cause the blast finisher to occur at the wrong location. Honorable Staff fixed an issue that caused the trait to grant more endurance than intended. Cleansing Wave fixed an issue that caused the skill to have a longer cooldown than intended in World v World. Mind the Gap reduced the damage multiplier from 1.5 to 1.4 and reduced Outer Edge multiplier from 20% to 10% PvP. Not really surprised by this. There were even support chronos in PvP that were using Spear, and they were like doing really dangerous damage to people. And they were like full support. Like Spear is just, Mesmer Spear is just really good. Imaginary Inversion reduced healing power scaling from 1.0 to 0.1. Wow. 10x nerf. Phantasmal Lancer reduced phantasm damage coefficient from 0.6 to 0.4 in PvP. Reduced the cripple duration from 3 seconds to 2 seconds and the immobilized duration from 2 seconds to 1 in PvP and World v World. Abstraction increased the cooldown from 15 seconds to 18 seconds in PvP. The skill no longer applies weakness. Singularity Shot increased the cooldown from 20 seconds to 25 in PvP. Signet of Illusions reduced the cooldown from 60 to 35 seconds in PvP. Reduced Shatter recharge percentage from 100% to 50 in PvP only. Continuum Split increased the cooldowns from 105 seconds to 120 seconds in PvP only. So lots of Mesmer PvP nerfs and then some bug fixes is I think the TLDR here. Interesting. Interesting. Does the nerf to Mesmer healing mean you can't pylon kite anymore? I mean, that was in PvP. I don't know that that is going to affect PvE stuff. Well, actually, wait, hold on. The Imaginary Inversion actually is everywhere, isn't it? It doesn't say PvP on that line. Reduce the healing power scaling from 1 to 2.1. Now, it'll still have the base healing. So, it'll still have, like, whatever the base healing amount is, but it's going to scale terribly beyond that. Unless they just forgot to add the in PvP line to that line. Is Rev harder than Thief in PvP? It depends on the builds. There's so many ways to play Rev and so many ways to play Thief. It depends on the builds. You could play Core Guard with auto attacks. Yep. Okay. So, let's go back to this here. We did hide equip bags. API refresh interval determines how often the module updates its knowledge of what you have on each of your characters. Item icon cache. How icons are cached. Files are saved as files on disk. Memory icons are cached in memory. Each template should restart cache will be cleared. No caching. Huh. I wonder, hang on a sec. Open the item search cache directory. What's the size of this folder? Both of these folders. 14 megabytes, okay. So it's not like bloating or anything. All right. Let's see. Item icon cache determines how the module saves the pictures for your icons. Remember, this isn't plugged directly into the game. It is an uninvasive overlay, so it has to have these somewhere. I just left this as its default setting. Muck, do you know what young wine is? No. I don't drink wine. Okay. Next up, open item search, either by pressing the icon that you may have set up, or by pressing the oh wait, no, it's button, hotkey you may have set up, or by pressing the icon at the top if you left that there. Okay. And item search. Oh, we need to talk about the API. Okay. To set up. You need to set up blush HUD. You will need to do the API permissions step mentioned in that video. This module needs to be allowed to view your bags to report to you what is in them. Okay, that should be good. Does that one thing mean that they made it to where you get the roll reveal achievement with time trial? It just has to become, basically just has started to become wine, quite refreshing and not much alcohol, but a bit sparkly. Now's the season for it. Random. I mean, no, I don't drink alcohol of any sort. It's just a personal choice. I've got a video on it, but the TLDR is, as a kid, I never drank alcohol because my parents said if you do it, we'll kill you, and I completely believed them. And as an adult, I don't drink alcohol because I have many family members that are raging alcoholics, and I'm probably susceptible to getting hooked on it. I have a little bit of an addictive personality, 6 years of daily streaming, so I'm kind of too scared to try it, because the worst thing that could happen is I like it. So I literally don't know the taste of alcohol. I've been avoiding it my whole life. I feel like if in Coca-Cola, yeah. I mean, I know I have an addictive personality, so I try to not even try things that getting hooked on that could be bad. Okay, so, once open, now comes the easy part. Type in whatever you want to search for, and it should report back where it is located. You can also press the heart button in the top left corner after doing a search to bookmark it so you can do it again later easily for things you often search for. So like if I do this, let's unheart that. So here if I type ectoplasm and then I bookmark it and then I have it right there. I think I do want to change, where is the settings here? Let's do by location merged. I like that better. Okay, there we go. All right. You have to learn search for. There is also a gear in the top right corner of this window, allowing you to narrow your search with filters, similarly to the filters in the GW2 trading company, in the trading post. Okay, and then I could just show that, like, you know, they have filters and stuff there too. And then do, where's weapon? Weapon. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Just have footage. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. This should be a pretty quick one. And that And with that, you should be good to go. All right. If you have any issues with adding or changing any settings, then not showing up right away, disable and re-enable the module. If you get stuck anywhere or if this video did not answer any questions, please don't hesitate to join the Blitz HUD Discord for any help with this topic, or check out the module page, both of which are linked down below. Happy searching. All right, so cool. So we've got a script. Maybe I just throw in a few memes, a few jokes in here if I can come up with any. But that is basically our script. So now, what I'm gonna do here, and go here, show you discussion, okay. Script 1.0 for item search. This developer is no longer, was it not currently active? So if any of the other devs could proof check it, would be much appreciated. All right, so I just sent that to the Blitz HUD team. So for those that don't know, Blitz HUD, you know, the program Blitz HUD is kind of like a library, and in it is 50, 60, 70 modules. So Blitz HUD is a library, and these modules are like books. The modules are all made by different people. Now the guy who makes Blitz HUD checks them to make sure they're safe before he puts them in his in the Blitz HUD. And that guy's name is Free Snow. Free Snow is the guy who made Blitz HUD. The modules, so like when I'm working on these different guides for the module team, I need to talk to different people, because like the module that I did last week was a different developer than the one that I'm doing this week, stuff like that. So there's and like the item search one has actually been working without any updates for like a very long time. And the guy who made it isn't even still active at this point. Like, just life happened and he got busy. So it still works totally fine. And I asked them, I was like, do you guys anticipate this still working for a long time in the future before I put work into this video? And they were like, yeah, it should be fine. We don't foresee it breaking at all based on what we know. I'm like, okay. So yeah. So at this point, this is the first time I will have made a guide for a module where the dev is inactive. So I'm getting the other devs to double check it. Sigmu says, found out about the Blitz HUD from you. Just started GW2 last month, so it's a real game changer for me. Thanks, Mug. You're very welcome. Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate that. By the way, Mug, I DM'd you the screenshot. Okay. Hang on. It probably hit the spam filter because I don't think we were connected on Discord. Where is it? Just a minute. Found it. All right. Accept message from Charmon. All right. What does Charmon want? Okay. Is this your trade history? Breakdance, 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 candy corn. Yeah. Yeah, for those who don't know, the last half a dozen times... No, that's an exaggeration. The last, like, 3 times I've done a giveaway, Charmon has been like, add 2 breakdances to the giveaway! And he's, like, thrown 2 into the pot. And then, so, like, I just draw a winner, I tell him who wins, and then he gifts them a breakdance. So, yeah. Dude, I know how it is. Like, because of my giveaways, let's see, if I go history, dude, look at this. Keys, bladed wings, bags, 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 Mad Realm mounts, bags, 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 bags. And at this point, we've gone back 1 month. That's what I've gifted out in the last month. That's why when people are like, how much money have you spent on this game? I'm like, myself? Not much. Everyone else? Thousands of dollars. I take so much of what I earn and just do community giveaways and stuff like that. It's crazy. And, you know, whenever I'm like, oh, hey, you win, what do you want? Baggy Waggies and Copperfed Salvagematics are very popular choices. Very popular choices. Those are top picks. Let's see. While I'm still here, can you give me a take on underwater combat? I'd like some input from someone who doesn't avoid water like the plague. Underwater combat. Okay, so Captain Crapface, my first MMO was EverQuest, and EverQuest had underwater combat, but it was kind of like how World of Warcraft has underwater combat. Like, you go underwater and you just press the same buttons, right? Like, you still shoot fireballs and stuff, it's not unique. However, they had entire underwater raids, and like, you would have like one guy in the raid that was in charge of casting underwater breathing on the group, but then like, the bosses would try to hit you with dispel magic and remove your buffs, including underwater breathing, so then you're fighting the boss while drowning. Like, there was really cool mechanics. Like, I have a background in enjoying underwater combat in past MMOs. I believe in this MMO, the underwater combat is like got a really, really good framework. Okay? Like the fact that when you go underwater, the elementalist, instead of shooting a fireball, shoots a jet of boiling water. Like, that's really cool. The engineer underwater, his turrets have buoys. The rangers underwater have a whole different selection of pets. Like, they clearly, when the game Guild Wars 2 was created, they put a lot of time into the underwater basics, right? I believe the problem is that they haven't done anything with it in the last 10 years. Like, the framework is really good. It feels good to play. I like it. The three-dimensional movement feels good. You know, they got the rebreather things. They kind of did a cop-out on the breath bar, and the combat feels really nice. The problem is they have not, like, balanced those underwater skills in 10 years. So, like, you might do that one fractal that's underwater, and you might have an elementalist doing 10 times the damage of the ranger or the warrior or whatever, because they are not equal. They have not done underwater balance in a decade. But at launch, I think it was stellar. And there was actually the Capricorn map. One of the nodes was underwater at launch. But so many people complained about it because they lack good taste that they took it out. And now it's an entirely above water map. So there was a time period where one of the conquest maps was partly underwater. I loved it. I really enjoyed it at that time. I think I'm in the minority, but I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I would love to see them revisit that, but I don't know if they ever will. Are there any remaining devs that did the underwater combat? No clue. No clue. I know a couple of the devs by name. Bobby Stein is also always really nice to talk to. I occasionally, you know, go back and forth with him. But I have no idea of like the background of the specific devs and which ones worked on that. Many of us still use the free level 16 rebreather or low level underwater weapon when we enter water because we get too lazy to get new ones. Yeah, it happens sometimes. It's like, I constantly remind people of the whole, your rebreather needs to be the same rune as the rest of your armor because so often people forget about that. I finally crafted Night Fury shoulders after years of wanting the skin. Nice, grats Mercslad. I need to make myself another 32 slot bag, but I haven't gotten any more superior runes, which I have 3 and you need 12. Yeah. And you can farm for those, or just farm for money and buy those. You know, just decide how you want to devote your time. Joke's on you, I got the infused breather back from the event a while back. I got the ascended rebreather from, well, there's the event in Lion's Arch now, but also I think it was the Winterberry farm. I think in Bitterfrost Frontier, there's a merchant here that sells like rings, ascended rings, amulets, and rebreathers. I think I got it here. So now that's Living World Season 3. So if you don't have Living World Season 3, you wouldn't have access to that. But if you do, it's really easy. Really easy to get that. Super easy. Let's see. I got about 5 more minutes, friends. So I'm just gonna be chatting, answering questions and stuff like that, and then we'll raid another Guild Wars 2 content creator. On the topic of alcohol, have you tried smoking cigars? I have not. My grandma died from lung cancer. I have a very strong negative opinion about smoking. And I'm not, if any of you smoke, I'm not attacking you, but just based on my history, it is the longest, most expensive way of committing suicide and taking out as many people around you as possible with you. That's how I view it. So, no, you're never going to see me try smoking anything with tobacco. At Mukluk, can level 80 characters consume level 80 boost and receive Selly gear? Wiki says yes, but in-game prompt shows no gear. I'm not sure. I know when you use a level 80 boost on a character that's already 80, it acts differently. I don't know if you get the set of Selly gear or not. I'm not sure. Mutt confirmed Vape Lord. Oh my god. Dude, we were so close to having a generation of people that were not going to be addicted to tobacco, and then they freaking stuck it in USB sticks and made it taste like mango. We were so close to like escaping that, like the tobacco companies completely. Let's see. About bags, is there a cheap way for 24 slot bags? Also, while being able to later upgrade them later to 28 slot. The Eternal Ice ones, if you do exclamation bags, I've got a guide on that. But essentially, the Eternal Ice ones, what you do is you make like 20 slot bags, then you upgrade them all to 24, then you upgrade them all to 28. So you always use the previous bag to make the new bag. So it's a very cost-effective, like it does still have a cost, but it is a very cost-effective way of getting them up, because you can just like make them all 20 slot, and then as you get more money, make them all 24, and then as you get more money, make them all 28, and so on and so on. William on YouTube says you do get the Soulbound Celestial gear if you use a boost on a level 80. So if you don't get it, talk to William. Already smoked Muck, you don't have to sell it on me. Yeah, okay. Like I said, if you do, you do. That's fine. I've said my piece, but yeah, I've had family die from it, and like we were all subjected to secondhand smoke for her whole life, so I have strong opinions of it. Also, I'm old enough to remember when restaurants had a smoking section. And dude, like we were always going to like the non-smoking section, and if you sat too close to the smoking section, you just had to like smell awful people. Oh god. I don't miss that. I like that now when you go to the airport, the smokers are like in an aquarium and you can tap on the glass and scare them like fish. Like I like that they're in a box. Like that's a big step up from how it used to be. Like so don't tap on the glass, you'll scare the smokers. No, I'm glad that it is how it is now. Let's see. Doctor's always surprised when I say I don't do vaping. It's that bad in my generation. Oh, wow. The devil's lettuce. The devil's lettuce. My generation, my country does vape and cigars, unfortunately. I'm 19 and my friends smoke more than millennial of our country, the smoker generation. I played VP the last 4 months for Ascension in this meta. Oh boy. You're a sucker for punishment, Peter. Or you were dishing out the punishment. I don't know. You might have been popping people. Not having to ask for non-smoking section is great. Yeah. I remember smoking on airplanes. I have flown on many planes in my life. I don't think I ever flew where you were allowed to smoke on the plane. I think every time it was always like, you know, that was a no-no. So that might have been pre-me. High school. My high school had a smoking section. Your high school had a smoking section? Oh my god, dude. I remember a few kids like sneaking behind like, you know, the gym to smoke or something like that, but having a smoking section, what? For sure, even years back when I did smoke, I never liked when anyone smoked indoors anywhere. Yeah. Dude, I remember like times like I would go to Thanksgiving at family and like, dude, I loved the family, but like I'd go to Thanksgiving and it would be getting hosted at someone's house that was a smoker, and I was like, and like we'd go there and I'm like trying to breathe through my mouth using my teeth as a filter, like there's volcanic ash in the air because it smells so bad. And like the drive home, it's like it's soaked into your clothes, so like you immediately go home, you freaking take your clothes, throw them all in the washer, you have to take a shower because your hair smells like it. It's like, oh my god, there's so much cleanup just from like visiting someone's home that's a smoker, because it just like it soaks in. And like if you're not a smoker, you're more sensitive to the smell. If you are a smoker, you probably don't even notice it. But if you're not a smoker and you visit a smoker's house, like there's freaking cleanup afterward. Let's see. In my high school, the bros were drinking vodka mid-class behind the teacher's back. Dude, there was a girl I went to college with that had like a water bottle type thing, and I thought it was water, and she's like, I snuck in vodka. And I was like, what? You know, it was college for like 18, 20, something like that. And she drank too much, and she was like staggering to her next class. I'm like, you freaking idiot. Like, do you have a ride home, stupid? Like, okay, all right, whatever. My favorite line from smokers is, I know it's bad for me and I should stop, proceeds to smoke half a carton. 500 cigarettes. Should have asked for World War II gas massacres. The real question is, does a Mukluk like smoked meat? I haven't had much of it. I've had smoked meat like 1 or 2 times, and it was okay. I gotta say, the times I had it, I didn't prefer it over, like, you know, grilled meat, you know, that I had had before. But I haven't had it many times. Maybe I haven't had it a good one. I don't know. Have you tried meth? No. No, I have not. I haven't tried skooma either, if that's your next question. What the heck, dude? Imagine someone tuning in for some Guild Wars 2 gaming. First thing they hear, have you tried meth? Like, wow, that escalated fast. No? Coke? Yeah, I mean, this kind. I do have a Coke problem. But it's the sip kind, not the kind. Like, it's a Twitch. This one Twitch. Let's see. Have you tried any drugs? Not recreational ones, no. Oh my gosh. Dude, I like how both in the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat at the same time, 2 completely different people said, have you tried Ligma? The nature is healing. I was able to make both my parents quit smoking when I was around 7. They would smoke in the car, so I would roll down the windows in the middle of winter. They said they were freezing. I replied, then stop smoking. Nice. I'm glad that worked for you. Hopefully that, helped them live a healthier, happy life. Have you ate the purple mushrooms in Janthair? I've eaten the purple mushrooms in every Guild Wars 2 zone. Are you kidding me? The Bloodstone Beast. Yeah. Have you tried throwing potatoes over the border fence? I've got some Irish heritage. You can't have my potatoes. I'm keeping my potatoes. Fast, I can't really confirm is entertaining. Don't smoke, voice is bad for your lungs. Yeah, as someone who ended up developing COPD from other smoking around me as a kid, I have a firm stance against it. Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna keep bullying the smokers. Someone asked my opinion on it. I've given it. We're kind of going circular logic at this point. All right, you wonderful people. Oh, Gabe Pellegrini. Yo, Gabe, welcome back. 6 months we've been together. Thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate you. If you're in a relationship with anyone for less than 6 months, let them know that what you and I have is more serious, please. And yeah, appreciate that. With that, chat, thank you guys for a wonderful, wonderful morning stream. This has been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A few plugs on my way out before we raid someone. If you're new to my channel, my name is Mukluk. I stream every single evening and every weekday morning. I'll be back in about 5 hours for the evening stream. I actually have a legendary giveaway tonight for any of you who happen to be here. Someone in chat is going to be winning a legendary spear. Camel Hawali Kawatawaka Kukuraja. This thing. We're gonna find a home for this. Hopefully we can find a loving home for this spear. We need to find one. It's fixed. It's got all its shots. It needs a home. We need to find one. So someone here will get that. As always, please hit that follow button on Twitch. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. These are links to my 2 YouTube channels if you want to check those out. And a very special thank you to our patrons who keep this channel alive. I could not do what I do without them. And there's a link to that in the chat if you're interested. With that, let's drop a raid on someone. Let's find a smaller streamer. RTO TV is absolutely awesome. However, I rated him yesterday. He is wonderful. Let's spread this around. Whose stream should we drop in on? As someone who's used to be a very small streamer, it really makes your day when someone does this. So I'm just hoping to make them smile. Missed avoiding the ad by a few minutes. Oh no! Oh no. Let's see. If anyone has any requests, let me know. Let's see. English, French, Thief Rome. I don't know this guy. AVA series. All right, I'm picking one at random. I don't know this one. Yeah, Laura's still late. Yeah, Laura's still late. Otherwise, I would rate her. All right, chat, I'm rating someone. I don't know this person. Maybe they're awesome. Maybe they're not. If you like them, hit the follow button. If you don't, be polite. If you're willing, show some good vibes. Do the dancing emotes, the bobbles, the good, the good vibes ones. I'll see you guys over there. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll be back tonight with a giveaway. See ya.
En termes de qualité de bus. On va voir combien de temps on arrive à défendre là, contre les airs entre autres. Coco Canook. Oh mais il y a eu un raid là.